If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify. 215-302-9999.
For the early-to-rise road trippers, the late-night truck drivers, or even the bucket list checking baseball fans, your Wyndham is waiting, no matter who you are, where you're going, or why. With 24 trusted brands to choose from like La Quinta, Days Inn, and Super 8, there's a hotel by Wyndham for everyone. Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel of minor league baseball. Get the lowest price at wyndhamhotels.com. Restrictions apply. Visit website for more details.
You're listening to Reading Fightin' Phils Baseball on the R Phils Radio Network. Now, out to the ballpark with your broadcasters, Bob McCool and Jake Starr.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the pregame show. We are live from FirstEnergy Stadium. We are just inside the gate at Tompkins Plaza as the Reading Fightin' Phils get set to host Game 2 of a 6-game homestand against the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool, and we are joined on our pregame show presented by Mike's Sandwich Shop with the manager, Al Padrique. And Skip, you've been in the game for a long time. I know it's been over 40 years. I'm going to stop saying that because people weren't going to believe me when I tell you you're only 48. You've been in the game for 40-plus years. But yesterday was not a good day for the ball club. What, in your experience, do you do to digest a game like that or flush a game like that when it's all said and done?
Bob, Jake, Hyde, and nice to see you guys again. Well, definitely, it's a tough. Any loss is tough. It doesn't matter if you do it by a lot of runs or 1 or 2 runs, but the one yesterday definitely was hard because we walked 11 batters. Obviously, we don't want to do that. So my job is to come in and let the guys know, hey, it's over with. Short memory in this game. You got to move on. Turn the page. Tomorrow will be a better day. We just have to make some adjustment. We just need to be more aggressive, attacking the strike zone. But a game like that, you want to make sure that when the guys leave the clubhouse, they leave on the positive note, not on the fact that it's over with. There's nothing we can change. Next day, we just have to come in and ready to go, ready to compete and fight.
And you talked about the pitchers being more aggressive and attacking in the strike zone. You and Coach Bergerson, when you're working to find the identity of your pitchers, what's that identity you want to be? Is it more we want to find bats and get those quick ground ball outs? We want to attack the strike zone and try and put guys away with the strikeout? Is it a mix of both? Does it more depend on who the pitcher is? What's that approach that you and Coach Bergerson are taking?
Our approach is to be aggressive, work early in the count. Once you establish your fastball early in the game, and then you can do a lot of things with your breaking stuff, whether it's a curveball, a slide, a changeup. But for me, the important thing is for this guy to convince themselves that they got good stuff. They can come in and throw the pitch with a conviction that you're going to get hitters out. Pitch to contact. Trust your defense behind you, and we're going to be fine.
Gates are open as we are about 45 minutes away from first pitch here at FirstEnergy Stadium. If you want to make it out, beautiful night for baseball, and tickets are still available. Again, we are live with the Mike's Sandwich Shop pregame show. Mike's Sandwich Shop here in the Stadium District, just down the road, before the game, after the game. Whatever time that game may start, they're there for you for lunch and for dinner. We're talking with Al Padrique, the manager of the Reading Fightin' Phils. And Skip, we were talking about this at the end of the last homestand in the series against Altoona. The record doesn't indicate this, but what we really have been impressed by is that this team doesn't play like its record says it does. And that started to play itself out in Hartford because you had a good series in Hartford. But I think back to the Altoona series, and it was a pop-up in the infield by Johan Rojas. Catcher dropped it, and when it was done, he was on second base. Losing teams and teams with losing records, that guy's standing on first base. But Johan Rojas ran it out, and he was on second base. And that's what this team has done throughout. I know that's one of your rules is play hard and hustle, but that's not always easy to do. But this team is still doing that.
Yes, that's the one thing as an organization we teach these kids in spring training. No matter what the score is, no matter how your season is going, you still got to go out and play hard, run balls out, and do the little things to make the organization look good, yourself look good, and help the team win. Once we get over the hump, which we're going to do that because we have a good team. Right now we swing the ball well. The pitching's coming together slowly, but we're getting there. Defensively, I feel like we're taking care of the baseball on a consistent basis. We're making the routine play. So our big talk is with these guys on the daily basis. Run balls out, no matter what, you got to play the game hard. And Rojas, he deserves a lot of credit because you just mentioned it. Papa to the catcher, he was standing up at second base. And yes, when you're losing a lot of games, or when you're struggling a little bit as a player, it's easy to sit back and feel sorry for yourself. And that's the one thing I'm very proud of with this team, about this team, is that they're not feeling sorry for themselves. We know that we have a long way to go. There's still a lot of work to do, but we're heading in the right direction.
You talked about that pitching staff and how it feels like they're really starting to find a groove. And we talk about some of those starters. Tyler Phillips, McAble have both looked really good their last couple of times out. Tyler Phillips gets the ball tonight. A unique circumstance last couple of times. He had the 5 strong innings out of the bullpen, piggybacking Ranger Suarez. Had a quality start on the road at Hartford last week. Phillips specifically, guy who missed all last year of Tommy John surgery. What have you liked about him so far?
Well, with Nelson, I mean, he's not here anymore, but I like the fact that he came in and threw strike. It was aggressive, gave us a chance to win the games he started. Now we're getting McGarrett. I haven't seen him yet. I heard a lot of good things about this kid potential to pitch in the big league pretty soon. And we got Abel. He's done a great job the last three outings. Phillies also the last 2 outings. He's done a great job by keeping us in the game and give us a chance to win. So anytime you got quality starters like we do with Phillips, Abel, now McGarry, we have a chance to win games. We got a chance to stretch these guys out, hopefully to the 5, 6, 7 inning, and the bullpen can get a little break here, a little break there. But that makes the bullpen good too, knowing the fact that the starters are going to start being stretched out, keep us in the game. So when the guys come in the game, they're going to be motivated by the fact that hopefully we'll be winning a lot of games late in the innings.
And about that bullpen real quick, I wanted to follow up on a point that you made. As the starters continuously start to go deeper into games, which we're seeing a lot more 5, 6s than we saw earlier on in the season. For the bullpen, does it allow you and Coach Bergerson to kind of start to figure out which guys are which roles so guys know, hey, my starter's going to go 6 innings tonight. He's got the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. Does that make the job easier when guys are going deeper so you know which roles you can slot your relievers into?
Well, it makes it easy at some point, but myself, I like to give everybody a chance in the bullpen to pitch in the leverage situation when the games are down, on the stretch, or the games are down the line, the close games. So they feel good about themselves as well, build their confidence, knowing the fact that they're part of the team and they're going to get an opportunity. They're going to get the ball when the game is down the line. And like I said, everybody will have a chance to contribute. They just got to be ready, but definitely there are going to be certain nights where you have your bullpen set up, where you're going to have your 7-inning guy, 8-inning guy set up and give the ball to whether the closer is going to be for the nights. Can be Baker, can be Kuhn, can be Cernisky, Andrew Brett, he's thrown the ball well. So I told them, we told the other day, you better be ready when the phone rings. It can be anybody.
We're talking with the manager of the Reading Fightin Phillies, Al Padrique, and you're talking about slots for your pitchers. Let's talk a little bit about the slots for the guys on the batting side of things, and specifically Johan Rojas, who has been leading off every day, and all of a sudden in the Altoona series you made the change to go and put him in the 3 spot. And initially I'm thinking he's just trying to shuffle the deck and make something happen here, but whatever happened, it made it happen because Johan Rojas in the 3-hole all of a sudden became the Johan Rojas I know you expect to see every day.
Yes, that's a discussion I had with our hitting coach Hansen before I made the move Obviously, I made some phone call because you well know Rojas is a 40-man roster, so I need to get the okay from the people above me, and they were excited about it. And the main reason we did it as a team, as an organization, is to put him in the situation where he can be successful, he can be motivated coming to the plate. We run in scoring position, be more aggressive, swinging at fastball, especially early in the count. As a leadoff hitter, he thought that he needed to take pitches in order to work the count and get on base. So that kind of put him, I think, on the spot to be too passive at times. So being at the third hitter, he knows he needs to swing the bat. He's going to get his chances to steal some bases. That's not going to be an issue. So we just want him to have better number against the fastballs.
2-3-4, the lineup looks a little different tonight than it's been with a lefty on the mound for New Hampshire, but consistently last week it was De La Cruz, Rojas, Wilson. Three of those guys had a terrific week on the road at Hartford, really catalyzed the rest of the lineup. What's it about those three? How was their approach any different last week that kind of really set the table for the rest of the guys?
Well, I think they had the right time. I mean, we made that move. Like you say, I put De La Cruz second, then Rojas third, Wilson fourth, and, you know, thank God, baseball God, that they got hot, all three got hot. But that's the main reason you move guys around the lineup a little bit so they can feel comfortable, they can feel part of the team. And we're hoping that the rest of the guys will follow these three guys, that they've been, you know, pretty much carrying the load early in this season. But again, it is a long season. We have guys throughout the roster, position players wise, that they're capable of helping us win games and do a lot of good things for us on the field.
Carlos De La Cruz, obviously, his bat is what has made him get to this level. He's having a very solid and productive season for you. He has been the main consistent level for you. But what fans don't get to see, what Jake and I get to see, is the amount of time that you are working with him to make that transition now to playing first base. You are working with him on a daily basis, trying to get him more and more comfortable. You can almost kind of see him thinking a little bit out there just because it's a little bit more mechanical now, but obviously the process is starting to evolve, and he's becoming a little bit more and more comfortable each and every day playing first base.
Yeah, we knew right from the beginning when we broke camp that it was going to be a slow process. We saw in the future the guy that got good hands. The footwork definitely needs some work. Is getting better, and I give him credit because he's been working real hard with me, watching videos, talking about positioning, talking about the footwork around the back. And yes, you can tell that he started thinking a little bit on the field, because he learning a new position at this level is not that easy like people think. And he's a very athletic kid. I think he's going to get better as the season goes on. Obviously, we're using some drills that it's going to take time for him to feel comfortable. But once he gets to that point where he can trust his hand, trust the position and how far he can be off the back, I think he's going to be good enough to play first base every day. And obviously, we know the bat is going to carry him, keep him in the lineup.
The other piece of that puzzle is this. I've also learned that Al Padrique is a magician with a fungo bat. You are absolutely impeccable. I have yet to see you hit the ball somewhere you didn't want to hit it on a fungo. Everybody somewhere along the line was supposed to hit a ground ball, and you hit a line drive over somebody. You want to hit a fly ball and you hit a ground ball. You have yet to miss with a fungo, but it is something that clearly is an artwork for you as a baseball guy.
Well, I have my bad days. I have my days when I hit up, to the air, to the defense, and I say, hey, I'm sorry, ground ball. So I got to keep, working. I just like to do it right so that I help the kids to get better. You don't want to hit ground balls that take 20 hops to get to them, or if you work on the backhand, you hit it too far to the backhand or the forehand, so forth. So you, as a coach, you want to be the best you can be to make their job a lot easier. And I tell you what, I give a lot of credit to this team. They work hard every day.
Last one for me. You've had about a week now to work with Garrett Whitley and Drew Ellis, both newcomers to the squad. What can you say about what you've seen from them so far?
Well, both guys have been a pleasant surprise. Ellis, we know he had played in the big league for a little bit. We see out of the Diamondbacks. He knows how to play the game. An older guy in the clubhouse that definitely is helping us with the young players. and he can play different positions around the infield. The bat, he's going to hit. He's been his track record. Handles the bat well. He can use all the field. And then with Willie, there's a kid that spent a lot of time down in the complex when we broke camp, working on his mechanics. You can tell that he's getting more confidence every time he's in the lineup. He's been swinging the bat well. He's been hitting some hard balls right at people sometimes, but at least we can see a lot of good things from his game offensively and defensively.
Last question for you, Coach, and we know you got to get going and get back in the clubhouse before the game gets started tonight. But this is now an opportunity. Now you've had a chance to kind of acclimate yourself to being here in Reading, Pennsylvania. You came through here as a tourist, so to speak, as a visiting manager, but now you get to be here, and this is now your home for the season. Your impressions of what life is like here in Baseball Town?
I love it. I mean, the atmosphere around the park is awesome. The fan support, outstanding. And you can see family, when they come in the park, they're watching the game, they're really enjoying it. And my wife and I are having a great time around the park by the place where we're staying at. Nice and clean. The people are very nice, very friendly. And the one thing I like the most, it takes me 7 minutes to get to the house. But seriously, I mean, we're really having a good time. Personally, from a coaching standpoint, you come into a park that has the feel of the old school, that type of baseball that I love. The fans, the front office people, you guys make us feel like home. And the players, I can tell you that they're comfortable. Obviously, they would like to move up to the AAA, the big league, but they're comfortable because they've been taken care of.
Thanks very much. He's Al Padrique. He's the manager of the Reading Fightin' Phils. And we'll take a timeout. We come back. It's first pitch time. Reading Fightin' Phils, New Hampshire Fisher Cats on the Reading Phillies Radio Network. International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksareus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phils.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Phils Fiesta Friday partner.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Baseball Town, FirstEnergy Stadium. Absolutely gorgeous night for baseball, and the Fightin' Phils taking on the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. New Hampshire at 14-13 on the season, and the Phils at 10-17 after New Hampshire wins Game 1 of the 6-game homestand here at FirstEnergy Stadium. One-sided victory for the Fisher Cats yesterday in an early morning start. The Phils just never simply woke up. It was a 14-2 final when it was all said and done. Alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. We are moments away from first pitch, and it's time for us to take a look at our Golden Oaks landscaping starting lineup for the Fisher Cats. Leo Jimenez, who had a great night yesterday morning in the leadoff spot, is right back there. He's playing at shortstop today. Trevor Schwecke bats second. Again, he's at third base. Damiano Palmigiani is the designated hitter tonight. He's third. Will Robertson is batting fourth. And in right field, Dylan Rock is in the 5-hole. He's in left field. Batting sixth is the catcher, Phil Clark. Batting seventh, second baseman Miguel Geraldo. Batting seventh batting 8th is first baseman P.K. Morris, and batting 9th is Zach Cook. He's in center field, and they face right-handed pitcher Tyler Phillips on the mound for the Fightins. And his first pitch, that is delivered at 6:46 p.m., is just a bit outside, ball 1.
Tyler Phillips making his 6th appearance, 5th start overall. He's 0-2, 3.63 ERA. 18 strikeouts over 22 1/3 innings pitched.
Slow roller to second base. Wendell Rijo at the second base spot tonight. He'll make the play without a problem. And on the second pitch of the game, Tyler Phillips records his first out. The defense behind Phillips, Garrett Whitley is in left. Johan Rojas, as usual, in center field. Matthew Kroon is in right tonight. Nate Podko gets the start at first base. Wendell Rijo at second. Madison Stokes is at short. Drew Ellis is at third base tonight. Max McDowell back behind the plate as Trevor Schwecke steps into the batter's box with 1 out, swings at the first pitch, and comes up empty.
Tyler Phillips coming off 2 of his best outings of the year, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts at Hartford last week, had 5 shutout innings out of the bullpen against Altoona 2 weeks ago.
And now he quickly gets ahead of Schwecke, no balls and 2 strikes. Schwecke had a good day yesterday as well, was on base 4 times with 3 walks and a 2-run home run. Takes this one outside. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schwecke in the season at 262. That home run yesterday, his first of the season. And Phillips quickly back with a 1-2 pitch. It's grounded third, down the third base side. Cesar Martin, the manager for the Fisher Cats, thought about it, then thought better of it, pulled the hand back, said, bullpen, you catch it.
Probably a smart decision from Martin. That one would have stung.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and fouled again at the plate off the shin guard and or foot of catcher Max McDowell and back to the backstop, so it stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cesar Martin is in his 3rd season with the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, the AA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. Swing and a miss, and not much of a swing and a miss by Schwecke. Fooled badly on the off-speed pitch. Tyler Phillips gets the 2nd out by way of strikeout. 2 down here in the 1st.
Seemed like after Phillips got ejected from that Portland game, something clicked between Portland and Altoona because he's been a completely different pitcher on the mound. Velocity's up today, too, sitting about 95, but it's been looking a lot better since that Portland start.
So that will bring up Damiano Palmigiani, and the first pitch to him is a strike. Working quickly ahead to the first 3 batters he's faced. Tries to check his swing. Palmigiani, they'll appeal and say he did go around. Our home plate umpire, Austin Snow, goes to the appeal to Tyler Whitty at first base tonight. He says he went around. Ethan Gorsak is the 3rd member of our umpiring crew out of the Eastern League. Palmigiani swings and fouls this one back. Palmigiani, 253 in the season, a couple of doubles, 3 home runs. One of them yesterday was a 3-run home run yesterday, giving him 13 RBIs on the year. In the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. And the Fightins were headed to the dugout, but home plate umpire says not so fast. That was outside, ball 1. Ball 2, excuse me. It's 2-2. Actually, I was right. It's 1-2. This one ripped down the third base line and hooking foul and into the Fisher Cat bullpen. That has been outstanding of late for New Hampshire in their 6-game series against Harrisburg. They lost the first 2 to the Senators and won 4 straight. Their bullpen was spotless in that series. And this time Phillips again tries to get Palmigiani to chase. He does not. Now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that one that was on the corner that they were coming off the field, probably a bit outside. McDowell brought it back a little bit. It was a good frame, but
swing and a miss here, and that'll do it. Tyler Phillips records back-to-back strikeouts to finish the first. Different start to the game than it was yesterday. We'll see if the result could be the same as well. The Fisher Cats go 1-2-3 to top. The Fightins will bat for the first time when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium.
Gear up for Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback black R-Train R-Phil's attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are made.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium, and now it's time for the Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Fightin' Phils. Madison Stokes in shortstop leading off. Taylor Cruz in his new spot in the order, staying in the 2-hole. He's the designated hitter tonight. Johan Rojas bats third. He's in center field. Drew Ellis bats cleanup tonight. He's at third base. Matthew Kroon is batting fifth. Max McDowell sixth. Wendell Rijo is in the 7th spot. Madison Stokes lines one into center field, falling fast and closing fast. Zach Cook to his knees, makes a sliding catch and takes a potential hit away from Madison Stokes for the first out. Nick Podkol is batting 8th, and Garrett Whitley 9th. That finishes out the lineup for Al Padrique. Madison Stokes, who had a rough day yesterday, saw a hitting streak come to an end. Thought maybe he got one started back here. The line drive up the middle, but Zach Cook takes it away. 1 down here in the first. That'll bring up Carlos De La Cruz, who continued his hitting streak. He's now hitting 6 straight with a couple hits yesterday, including a solo home run. Carlos at 297 on the season. First pitch to him is a strike. Second one is a swing and a miss as he comes up empty on the 90-mile-an-hour pitch, about chest high. Phils in their home red pinstripes today. Al Padrique coaching the third base box. Ray Ricker in the first base box. And De La Cruz just slaps one to the right side, and it will find its way into the outfield. Miguel Geraldo, the second baseman, was full extension on the dive, but comes up empty, and De La Cruz makes it 7 in a row with base hits as he's a 1-out base runner.
Nothing wrong with that. The slaps it the other way where the fielders are not. And on the mound for New Hampshire, Jimmy Robbins, 6'3", 190, 25-year-old, 1-3, a 4.43 ERA. Last pitched against Harrisburg in a 13-3 win. 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. So got roughed up a bit by the Senators.
And he'll face Johan Rojas, who jumps out of the way of the first pitch. Johan at 288. Batting average got up over 300, but an 0 for yesterday, 0 for 5 to be exact. Drops it down to 288, 5 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. Been red hot since Al Padrique put him in that 3-hole, and he fouls this one straight back at a good cut at it. Now the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Rojas an 0 for day yesterday, but had a 9-game hit streak, 11-game on base streak before that. We talked to Padrique pregame about that move to the 3-hole that he said. Had to ask the Phillies for permission about that, and good thing they said yes, because he has been a menace since moving.
And now takes one for a called strike. Maybe been fooled on that pitch. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So I just led Rojas, too, just to be more aggressive. Not really. When you're a leadoff guy, you want to try and work more counts. When you're in a 3-hole, you're just hunting your pitch, whether it's first pitch, second pitch, and trying to drive it, and that's what he's done.
1-2 pitch to him here. Off-speed pitch, and he fouls that one straight back. And, yeah, that's Johan's style. Johan is aggressive. He wants to hit, doesn't want to take pitches necessarily, wants to hit his way on. It's not unaccustomed to a lot of players in today's game, but the leadoff hitter by today's game and most people's standards should be seeing some pitches for himself and for the other guys in the dugout as well. 1-2 pitch, slap down the right field line, falling fast, and will find green grass for a base hit. De La Cruz had to stop to be sure it was going to fall, and he'll rumble his way around and into third base with a slide. And Carlos De La Cruz is at third after the single by Johan Rojas. Phils have first and third and 1 down.
Just like De La Cruz did, Rojas just hit the pitch where it was thrown. It was on the outer half of the plate, and it was tailing away. A bit of a two-seam action on it from Robbins, and he just drives it the other way. De La Cruz, a good read around the bag, was able to make a quick, tight turn around second. One thing the guys were working on before batting practice today, was their reads off the bat. They were trying to get reads off the ball coming off the bat the whole time, and they were able to. De La Cruz uses that right there.
So I'll bring up Drew Ellis in the cleanup spot tonight. Ellis had a home run yesterday and a 2-for-3 day. First and third here, an opportunity for more runs. This one goes all the way to the backstop. De La Cruz had to hold up, but Johan Rojas will move up easily. That'll be a wild pitch, well over the head of the catcher, Phil Clark, and all the way to the backstop. But because it was virtually untouched by the catcher, it came back so hard. Good thing that Carlos De La Cruz held up because it rolled back far enough that Clark probably could have had a play on it. But in the meantime, Rojas moves up easily. So now takes the double play out of the equation. Second and third and one out for Drew Ellis. The pitch to him, checks his swing here, and the pitch is up high, and it's now 2 balls and no strike. Dylan Rock is in left field. Zach Cook is in center. Will Robertson is in right field. P.K. Morris is at first. Miguel Geraldo at second. Leo Jimenez at short. Trevor Schwecke is at third. We mentioned that Phil Clark is behind the plate for Robbins. Comes to the plate up high. It's 3-0. He does have an open base ahead of him, but it is the bottom half of the first inning. Ellis 5 for 22 since being activated by the Phillies. Was on extended spring training in Clearwater, activated before the Hartford series. And his 5 hits, 3 of them have been home runs, including one yesterday. 3-0 pitch to him. Swing and a miss here, and it's now 3 balls and a strike.
That wild pitch, the second of the season, thrown by Robbins. Also, I think you mentioned, Bob, infield back for New Hampshire, so willing to trade and out for a run, which, granted, this early in the game, that's usually the conventional approach taken by most managers.
3 balls and a strike now to Ellis. Way inside, ball 4. So 3 straight base runners now, and the Fightin' Phils have them loaded. And that will bring up Matthew Kroon. Matthew had a 1-for-3 afternoon. He's been solid for the Fightins throughout this year. 7 for his last 22. Among the team leaders in RBIs with 15. And we'll get a conversation on the mound now as the catcher Phil Clark will go out and have a conversation with Jimmy Robbins. Today's Our Phil's team leader brought to you by cross-country mortgage loan officer Johanna Arias. Johan Rojas with his base hit, team leading 33 hits now on the season now for Rojas. Today's cross-country mortgage loan officer Johanna Arias, Our Phil's team leader. Contact her at 484-554-9969 or by email at johanna.arias@myccmortgage.com. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom half of the first inning. No score. Phil's trying to change that. Matthew Kroon up and in, ball 1.
Matthew Kroon, someone who's a bit of an RBI machine himself, had 5 in a game last week at Hartford, tied Ethan Wilson for the season high. That 5 that was set by Wilson. Just one night before Kroon did it.
1-0 pitch to him. Way inside, it's 2-0. Ethan Wilson getting the night off tonight as Al Padrique has stacked his lineup with all right-handed hitters against this left-handed pitcher. And Wilson, of course, is a left-handed pitcher. He is the Our Phil's team leader now in RBIs with 18. So bases loaded. 2-0 now to Matthew Kroon. Takes one a bit low, and it's 3-0. Robbins and Clark thinking it was going to be a strike. Doesn't get the call, so now it's 3-0 to Matthew Kroon. Al Padrique give him the green light. He doesn't have to. It's way inside, ball 4. And back-to-back walks after back-to-back singles have put the Fightin' Phils on the scoreboard. It's 1-0 Reading.
Good at-bat there by Matthew Kroon. And you talked about the lineup being stacked with righties tonight. So far this season, righties against Robbins hitting .273. Lefties hitting .227 against the lefties. So pretty true splits for Robbins, but Padrique taking that more conventional approach, going all righties against a southpaw.
So that'll bring up Max McDowell, and the first pitch to him is on the inside corner for a called strike. Now, in a bit of truth saying, there are only 2 options for Al Padrique in terms of left-handed hitters on his current roster in Oliver Dunn and Ethan Wilson, but they are 2 of his better hitters over the course of this season. So Max McDowell now bats with the bases loaded and a run in. 0-1 pitch, tap towards third. Schwecke will step on third for the force out and then airmail it over the first base bag, and everybody's going to run. Al Padrique trying to wave around Drew Ellis, but he got a little bit confused by the runners in front of him, actually it was Ellis who was forced out, excuse me. It was Matthew Kroon who he was trying to wave around. He'll stop at third. So the run scores. Rojas comes across with the second run. Ellis forced out at third on the tag. Schwecke fielded it at third, stepped on the bag to retire Ellis, and then tried to get the double play and airmailed it over P.K. Morris's head, and that allowed the base runners to move up. So Kroon is now at third base, McDowell now at second. And he'll get an RBI out of it as well. Max McDowell. Now Wendell Rehel will bat with second and third, and now 2 down and 2 runs in for the Fightins.
So about the whole Wilson and Dunn out of the lineup today, very limited sample size this year. Oliver Dunn is 8 at-bats, 3 for 8 against left-handed pitchers. Wilson just 1 for 2. So obviously very limited sample size, but they've hit against lefties so far this year. But like we said, Petrucci just going with that more conventional approach tonight, going all righties against the lefty. I mean, it's working so far.
So, of course, there will be an error assessed on the play for Schwecke on the throwing error. Let's both runners move up. So, again, Kroon is now at third. McDowell is at second. 2 balls and no strikes to Wendell Rehel, and make it 3-0 as he misses inside. Wendell at 206 on the season, 3 doubles on the year, 8 RBIs. He's just 2 for his last 15. 2 runs across. Phil's trying to get a little more damage out of this before the end of the first. 3-0 pitch. Takes it on the outside corner for a called strike. Wendell trying to sell it by taking a walk down the first baseline. Instead, he'll bat now 3 balls and a strike.
It's okay. He wants to hit anyway. He wants to hit and drive in a couple more runs here.
Led the team in RBIs this season ago, playing in Reading with 53 RBIs. Was voted the Reading Phil's MVP a year ago. Swing and a miss at this one as he cannot catch up the pitch up high. Now the count is full.
That ball, the one that Rehel thought was ball 4, may have been a hair off the plate looking back at the replay here, but it's still one of those where it's a 3-0 count, pitchers around the zone. You're usually going to get that call as a pitcher.
3-2 pitch, up high, ball 4. So Rehel now is a base runner on the 3rd walk surrendered in the inning by Robbins. So this inning looking eerily familiar from a day ago, only in reverse, because this is the situation that the Fightin's pitchers put themselves in with a bunch of walks yesterday, 11 walks. And ultimately the bats started to go for the Fisher Cats as well in what turned into a 14-2 output. That'll bring Nick Podkuhl to the plate now with the bases loaded and 2 out. And he takes one at the letters for a called strike 1.
Podkuhl, a guy who doesn't play a ton, but when he plays, he gets on base, hits in his last 5-game hitting streak. Also, there is a pitcher warming up already for New Hampshire, Andrew Bash.
Pitch up high. That's the 28th pitch of this first inning for Robbins. Now 1 ball and 1 strike to Podkuhl, who was 3 for 9 in the Hartford series. That included a home run and 4 RBIs in this series. Got a chance to do something here. Bases loaded, 2 down. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Big swing comes up empty at that one, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Change up from Robbins. The Phil's a little bit out in front of it. Kroon's at 3rd. McDowell's at 2nd. Reho's at 1st. With a 1-2 count now on the batter, Nick Podkuhl. Comes with a breaking ball up high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garrett Whitley, the 9-hole hitter, in the on-deck circle. If Podkuhl can get on and extend the inning. Outside, ball 3. So now the count is full, in addition to which it will allow the runners to get a head start on the base paths. Outfield for the Fisher Cats playing Podkuhl straight away and deep. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled straight back.
May have been a bit down and in, but it's one of those pitches where if you're Podkuhl, it's way too close to take. And the old adage always is you don't want to put ball 4, strike 3 in the hands of the umpire. You want to control your own destiny. So Podkuhl, who is swinging a good stick this year, figured he'd do just that.
Has played 3rd for the Phils, is playing first base tonight, giving Carlos De La Cruz the DH spot, and that's low and inside, ball 4, and that will walk in another run and make it a 3-0 advantage now for the Phils on the 4th walk of the inning. Kroon will come across with the run. That'll be an RBI for Podkill, his 5th. And the bases remain loaded, and now the Phils have batted around. It's also going to get a visit to the mound from Fisher Cat pitching coach Drew Hayes.
Yeah, no Cesar Martin yet as Bash continues to throw, probably just to give him some more time. Pitch count super high through an inning, 33 already for Jimmy Robbins, who's just really struggled with his command to find the strike zone today. And it's one of those things, the pitcher, where you just have some days where you're struggling to throw strikes. And I've never pitched at a professional level, but you just know for these guys it's a very helpless feeling when you're really struggling with your command, because you know what you can do. You know you can hit your spots. And sometimes a lot of it's more mental than it is physical. But for Robbins, it's just trying to find that release point, trying to find that spot. And sometimes it takes just hitting one spot, and you just get that feeling back mechanically, and you know what you have to do.
So that will bring up Garrett Whitley, hitting at .304 on the season since joining the Phils. Again, bases loaded now, 2 outs, 3 runs across, and the first pitch to Whitley is a called strike. He's brought in 5 runs since joining. Again, joining like Drew Ellis right before the Hartford series. 7 for 23 since being signed on here in Reading. Pitch to him is low, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So again, it's Jimmy Robbins, the 25-year-old left-hander. Not Rollins, but Robbins. However, Jimmy Robbins did play his college baseball at Rollins College in Florida.
How about that?
Just to make you a little bit more confused. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 down in the inning. That one at the letters, called strike 2.
Now Whitley forced to protect a bit here, down 1-2.
Whitley, a former #1 draft pick of the Tampa Bay Rays back in 2015. Signed in the offseason, a minor league free agent by the Phillies. 1-2 pitch, up high, and he holds up. Count now even at 2-2.
And Whitley's someone who, 13th overall selection in 2015 by Tampa, like you said, but had himself a lot of stops across professional baseball. Incredibly humble, down-to-earth guy. Really just a great presence in the locker room so far.
Hits one hard. Schwecke comes up with it, and he's going to get the force out at third base. And that will end the first inning, but a productive one for the Fightins. They put 3 runs across. They do it on 2 hits, and they leave the bases loaded. After 1 complete in Baseball Town, it's the Reading Fightin' Phils 3, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats nothing.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's Classic Ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
We head to the top half of the second inning, and the Reading Fightin' Phils now sitting with a 3-0 advantage. That'll bring up Will Robertson. Clean inning for Tyler Phillips in the top half of the first, and now he's got some runs to work with as he comes back out for the second. Misses, however, on the first pitch to Robertson. Robertson, a slow roller down the first baseline that hits right on the edging, on the grass cutout, and as a result of that, took a wayward bounce into foul territory. Nick Podko was in position, but ultimately it's a foul ball. Now it's 1-1 to Robertson. Robertson hitting just 180 on the season. Talked about this a bit in yesterday's game. The Fisher Cats, despite what they did yesterday, had not been hitting much as a team. This one rolled towards second baseman Rijo. Slow roller. He'll charge it. He'll flip it to first base in time. And Robertson is retired. Cesar Martin, the manager for the Fisher Cats, has 4 players in his lineup today that are hitting below the Mendoza line.
I feel like the Mendoza lines became a favorite term of you these last couple of days, but sometimes circumstance calls for it. So, yeah, it's a lineup in New Hampshire that you look at what happened yesterday, and you'd be shocked by how low some of these averages are.
Dylan Rock now bats. He's at 263. I was just making sure that you knew what the Mendoza line actually
I've known what the Mendoza line is since I was 5-6 years old. My dad taught me well. Don't worry.
Why? Because you couldn't hit it?
Oh, depending when we're talking.
Fouled off the foot of Dylan Rock. Again, for those that don't know, there actually was a Mendoza. It was Mario Mendoza, who was a shortstop for some of the really good Pittsburgh Pirates teams back in the 70s. I was thinking that maybe Al Padrique may have been a teammate of his, but I looked it up, and the time for Mario Mendoza in Pittsburgh ended right around the time that Al Padrique was traded from the Mets organization to the Pirates organization, so I do not think that they were actually teammates. The ball's in 2 strikes now to Dylan Rock, and a pitch just misses, ball 1.
See, most of my Little League rec, Babe Ruth teams, I was well over the Mendoza lines. When you talk school ball, Legion ball, I was right around it.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Dylan Rock is retired. That is the 3rd strikeout for Tyler Phillips, and 2 down now here in the 2nd.
I don't know about you growing up, but I was always the best player on a bad team type of person.
I was more the other way around. No, I was kidding. That's not true at all.
I would have loved to be the star on the varsity team in high school, but instead I kept the book. So what are you going to do?
Just preparing for your future endeavors in baseball.
Exactly.
Phil Clark now bats. Clark, one of 4 lefties in the Fisher Cat lineup, facing the right-handed pitching Tyler Phillips. Phil Clark, a 103 hitter, one of those guys we're talking about, hitting below 200 on the season. And the first pitch to him is a called strike 1. Clark played yesterday, was 2 for 4 yesterday. Also got on by way of walk, 3 times on base. Lots of base runners yesterday for the Fisher Cats. Mentioned the 11 walks. They also had 13 hits to go along with it. This one slapped into left field. Garrett Whitley had him played perfectly. Barely had to move more than about 2 steps to his right to squeeze it for the 3rd and final out. The Cats go again, 1-2-3 in the 2nd. Back to Baseball Town with the score. The Phils 3, the Fisher Cats nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
The bottom half of the second inning here in Baseball Town is presented to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Madison Stokes will lead off the second, just like he led off the first, and hit a line drive, but this time it's in play off the glove of Trevor Schwecke. Stokes busting it out of the box. He's going to try to turn this into two, and he is safe at second base as the throw gets away from the second baseman, Miguel Geraldo. So we'll see how they score that. A rocket off the bat of Stokes. He had a base hit taken away from him by the center fielder, Zach Cook, his first time up. And now I believe they're going to call that a base hit. And it is a double for Madison Stokes, his 7th double of the season. That'll give him the team lead in that category. And the Phils have it going here in the second again. Leadoff base runner for Carlos De La Cruz, who started the inning for Reading last inning with a single. It came around to score the first run. 2 hits and then 4 walks for the Phils with an error mixed in. Led to a 3-spot for the Fightins in the bottom half of the first. Madison Stokes leads off the second with a double. Carlos De La Cruz fouls off the first pitch to him. Jimmy Robbins now over the 40 pitch mark. And the 41st pitch is over at the knees for De La Cruz. And now it's no balls and 2 strikes to Carlos.
Bullpen back to being quiet for the Fisher Cats. Andrew Bash was throwing in the first, but looks like Robbins will get the second, at least to start.
0-2 count to De La Cruz. Fouls this one out of play. Carlos De La Cruz is got himself splattered all over the Eastern League top 10. He's now in the top 10 in batting average, in home runs, in slugging percentage, hits, extra base hits, total bases, and runs. Taps this one towards third. Schwecke will get another chance. This time the throw is right on the money. Has to take a look at Madison Stokes, make sure he stays put at second base, and retires De La Cruz at first for out number 1.
De La Cruz certainly having a strong start to the season, like you said. Producing runs, scoring runs, hitting lots of home runs. Had another one yesterday, and got another guy up here, Johan Rojas, who we talked about last at-bat, swinging a really hot bat right now.
And Johan had moved into the top 10 in hitting and over the 300 mark before yesterday's 0 for 5, but right back at it again today with a base hit his first time up. Came around to score run number 2 in that first inning. First pitch to him is low for a ball. Johan at 288 coming into tonight's game. 5 doubles, a triple, a couple home runs, and 14 RBIs. Robbins takes a look back at Stokes at second, who dances his way off for a bigger lead. Comes with a pitch that is at the knees for a called strike. Rojas did not think so. Count even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. This one at the letters for a called strike 2. Again, Rojas not so sure about that. He'll have a conversation with the umpire, Austin Snow, as he's now behind in the count 1-2, and now Johan wants to call timeout. A little miffed at the strike zone.
Rojas, who did an excellent job his first time up, taking an outside fastball and driving it the other direction to get on base in the first.
1-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. And that will be out number 2 here as Robbins gets his first strikeout. And that's 2 down now here in the second. And Drew Ellis will now bat.
Yeah, back to that Stokes at bat real quick, too. Nice job by him once he saw the ball a little bit misplayed by the outfielder Dylan Rockin left for New Hampshire. He turned on the burners. We talked to Ronald Padrique again about it, how these guys, they're hustling out of the box, and that's how you get those extra bases like Stokes did.
So Drew Ellis, who walked his first time up, now bats with a man on second and 2 down. And he'll slap one the other way. That's a fair ball down the right field line. Madison Stokes will get waved home. Ellis is on his way and will make it into second base with a double. An RBI double at that, and it's now a 4-0 Phillies lead.
When you're doing well, you're doing well. Drew Ellis, that same situation as well, just pokes one down that first base line and finds a way to get a home. The Sheets RBI guy delivers two.
His 7th of the season, his first double since joining the Phils. And Madison Stokes with the run scored. Makes it a 4-0 game, and now Matthew Kroon will bat. Kroon walked as well in the first. That walk drove in a run. Matthew's 16th RBI of the season. Man on second again, and 2 outs. And Kroon takes one up high, ball 1. 4 runs on 4 hits plus 4 walks for the Phils in this one. Now Robbins, unlike the baseball he has, tosses it towards the Phils dugout, gets a new one. So Drew Ellis 2 for 3 yesterday with a home run. Now a walk and a double in this one. Now Kroon trying to bring him around. Big swing by Matthew, comes up with a foul ball straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kroon. Kroon with 5 doubles on the season, goes along with 2 home runs. Matthew lost almost all of 2022. He might as well say he lost all of 2022. Hurt his right knee in the 2nd game of the season last year here in Reading, so wiped out the rest of the season for him. Been pretty consistent for the Fightins throughout. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Takes one over for a called strike 2. The other thing that Matthew Kroon provides Al Padrique is a ton of flexibility. He's played all 3 outfield spots. He's played third base as well. No doubt he could play first base if needed to, if Al Padrique needed him to. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Tapped towards third. Schwecke, again, the off-balance throw, and he'll pull him off the bag, and Matthew Kroon is safe. Ellis moves up. Schwecke's had some issues throwing the baseball as he pulls P.K. Morris off the bag, so Kroon will be safe. Ellis moves up to third base, is still 2 down.
Presumably an error on Schwecke at third. That's his 2nd error of the night. Came in today, just 1 error on the season at third base. And now it's 2 tonight, and it's been similar plays. On the run throws, trying to go to first, where just dropping that elbow and sailing it long.
So that will bring up Max McDowell, who drove in a run on a fielder's choice to Schwecke last time up. Kroon takes off. They will throw down, and the throw is not in time. Miguel Geraldo, the second baseman, had to come off the bag short, making sure that Drew Ellis wouldn't try to move up on the double steal. So it'll be a stolen base for Matthew Kroon. And now 2 men in scoring position for Max McDowell. The pitch to him was low for a ball. McDowell hit the ground ball to third. Schwecke tagged out the lead runner for the force out, and then trying to throw for the double play. Threw it over Morris's head. The play that Jake was alluding to, his first throwing error. Now it's a called strike to McDowell. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Max. Back in the starting spot as the catcher. 13 for his last 31, including his first at-bat tonight. And same pitch. Batters have thought that pitch was up and or in. But Austin Snow, the home plate umpire, has been consistently calling it a strike. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to McDowell. This one's into dirt. It's an easy take for McDowell. It's now 2-2.
On a topic of throwing errors, the Phillies won on a throwing error.
There you go.
In the 10th inning, Harper grounded back to the pitcher, threw to second. They got the first out. Then Bo Bichetti, the shortstop for Toronto, sailed the throw to the first baseman, allowed the runner to score. Phillies get the 2-game sweep.
There you go, over the Toronto Blue Jays. Of course, the Fisher Cats, the AA affiliate of the Blue Jays. The Phils now will head to Colorado for a 3-game weekend swing. As speaking of swings, a feeble one for Max McDowell on the breaking ball at his ankles, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. As the Phils get another run, they do it on a couple of hits, an error, and a couple left as well. 2 complete here in baseball town. It's the Fightin' Phils 4, the Fisher Cats nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis.
Tyler Phillips gets himself a little bit more cushion with the Phils leading it 4-0 as the Fisher Cats come to the plate here in the bottom of the third. It'll be the bottom of the lineup for the Fisher Cats. Miguel Geraldo, P.K. Morris, Zach Cook, none of whom played in yesterday's series opener. And the Fisher Cats won that one 14-2 yesterday. Phils on top 4-0 here through 2. Tyler Phillips, 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. Miguel Geraldo way out in front of it. Geraldo at 262 on the season. He's got 3 doubles and a home run mixed in. 0-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss. He comes up empty. And Tyler Phillips gets his 4th strikeout of the night. And out number 1 here in the third.
Tyler Phillips continues to deal. Nice job getting Geraldo down on strikes. And also, a little fun fact. So like we said, Phillies playing the Blue Jays. Our Phil's playing the Fisher Cats, Blue Jays AA affiliate. No, Clearwater's playing this week. The Dunedin Blue Jays, the low A affiliate of Toronto. So 3 of the 5 teams in the Phillies system all playing Blue Jays this week.
P.K. Morris now bats for the Fisher Cats. Takes the first pitch from Phillips to strike. And Clearwater was the talk of minor league baseball. They had a 13-game winning streak snapped by Dunedin last night. But the Threshers playing Dunedin earlier today and did get the new winning streak started. They won it 9-4. They now are 22-7 on the season. 4 balls and 2 strikes to P.K. Morris. Tyler Phillips misses up high, ball 1. Morris at 146 on the season. A double and 3 RBIs to this point in the year. 1-2 pitch, fouled at the plate. Staying alive. Zach Cook, the 9-hole hitter in the on-deck circle.
Couple of those top Clearwater players, right-handed pitcher Orion Kerkering and catcher Caleb Ricketts both got promoted from Clearwater to High A Jersey Shore.
This one lifted into shallow center field. Madison Stokes, the shortstop, will say he has it, and he does, for out number 2. By the way, Jake, I found out yesterday that although it looks like it should be Orion, it is Orion.
Orion, like Orion's belt.
Correct.
Orion
He just
Kerkering.
spells it wrong. But he pitches it very well. He's got high 90s fastball and apparently a very good breaking ball. I think we may see him in Reading before this season's over with. He's now at Jersey Shore. This one tapped towards the right side of the bat of Zach Cook. Podkill will get an assist from Tyler Phillips covering the bag for the 3rd out. And the Fisher Cats again go 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's the Phils 4, the Cats nothing.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care, how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
Welcome back as the Reading Fightin' Phils will bat here in the third. 3 spot in the first, a single run in the second for the Fightins. They lead it 4-0. Wendell Riho, who was part of that 3-run first inning, bats here for the second time. He walked in the first, and he takes the first pitch from Jimmy Robbins, who's still out there for the Fisher Cats after his first inning struggles, and he gets the first pitch to Riho over for a called strike. Riho, the second pitch, hits a rocket right at the new guy, the shortstop, as the Fisher Cats made a change defensively and brought in Aurelvis Martinez, who was one of their top prospects, and put him at shortstop. Not sure what may have happened with Leo Jimenez, but Martinez is now at shortstop, and as always, the ball finds the new guy on a line drive right at him for the first out of the third. That'll bring up Nick Podkol. Nick Podkol will dribble a foul ball past Al Padrique and down the third base line. Podkol walked. He was one of 4 walks in the first to go along with a couple of singles. They got the Phils their 3 spot in the first. 0-1 pitch to him. Comes up empty on the off-speed pitch. And Robbins now ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Now time called at the plate by Podkol. Robbins trying to work a little bit faster. Originally from Orlando, Florida, 20th round draft pick of the Toronto Blue Jays in 2019. The left-hander comes, and another off-speed pitch that Podkol, just like Riho before, swings at it with a very weak swing. And that'll be a third strikeout of the night for Robbins, and the second out here in the third. And Garrett Whitley, who ended that 3-run first inning with a line drive right at the third baseman, Trevor Schwecke. Again, Aurelvis Martinez now in playing shortstop for the Fisher Cats, and he would bat first in the inning. Jimenez had a great day yesterday. He played at second base yesterday, and Martinez played at short. So Martinez now will lead off in the 4th inning as Whitley takes one for a ball and takes another pitch outside and high, and it's 2-0. Madison Stokes in the top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Phils. And this one's low, ball 3. Our third inning brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. You can expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. 3 balls and no strikes to Garrett Whitley. And a get me over a fastball is exactly that. Over for called strike 1. Whitley taken all the way. And the Fisher Cat defense plays him straight away and deep, especially deep as center fielder Zach Cook. This one fouled out of play. Our game time weather forecast brought to you by the good folks at EPAW. 72 degrees, wind at about 7 or 8 miles an hour, blowing out on the American flag at the top of the scoreboard in left center field. Three balls and 2 strikes now to Garrett Whitley. Up high, ball 4. That'll be walk number 5 surrendered by Robbins. First one since that disastrous first inning. And it'll bring the top of the order and Madison Stokes to the plate, batting for the 3rd time already in this game.
That's what you want if you're
especially if you're hot.
You're a leadoff hitter, exactly.
Madison, despite the 0 for 5 yesterday, 1 for 2 today, and he hit both hard. The double was last time up off the glove of Trevor Schwecke at third, and a line drive into center field that was taking a hit away from him on a nice sliding catch by the center fielder, Zach Cook. The first pitch to Stokes is a fastball at the letters for a called strike 1. Whitley takes his lead off at first, not a very big lead against the left-handed pitching Robbins. Pitch to the plate is way inside.
Andrew Bash up and throwing again for New Hampshire like he was in the first.
Pitch count at, I believe, 69 for 60. This will be the 70th pitch thrown by Robbins here in the third. And it's inside. It's 2-1. For a while, it didn't look as if Robbins may be able to get out of the first. Now trying to get his way through at least the third here. The man on first and 2 down. And he misses inside again. It's 3-1. Actually, I stand corrected. That was ball 4.
So that's 6 walks now for Robbins. You got to think the leash here at some point probably getting a bit shorter here for Robbins.
Yeah, I think that the only question would be whether or not Bash is completely warmed up. As you mentioned, he sat down for a little while and now back up again. And I'll bring up Carlos De La Cruz. Carlos 1 for 2 so far, singled and scored back in the first inning. First and second, 2 down. First pitch to him gets away from the catcher, Phil Clark, and that's going to allow both base runners to move up. Whitley to third, Stokes to second.
Pass ball.
It is off the glove of Phil Clark, so it will be a pass ball that allows both runners to move up. Pitch was up high for De La Cruz. So not much has gone the way of the Fisher Cats so far in this one. Oh, what a difference. I was going to say 24 hours makes, but it's really more like about 30 hours because we started at 11 a.m. yesterday morning. Here's a big swing and a foul straight back for De La Cruz, and now the count is even at 1-1.
So Robbins at 6 walks today, previous career high in walks issued. He's done it once, 5. June 18th of last year with Vancouver against the Eugene Emeralds. 5 walks, gave up just an earned run over 3 innings pitched and a loss that day.
1 ball and 1 strike now to De La Cruz. This one is inside ball 2. If you look at the numbers coming into tonight's game for Robbins and Phillips, they were eerily similar, both 22 1/3 innings pitched. Phillips with 18 strikeouts, 8 walks. Robbins with 23 strikeouts and 14 walks. Going to be different when the stats are done tomorrow based on the way Phillips has started and the way Robbins has started. 2-1 to De La Cruz, and again with the breaking ball that the Phils have really not timed up very well. From the left-handed hitter, this all right-handed hitting lineup. Curveball breaking at the Phils' knees and kind of coming across the plate. And De La Cruz comes up empty. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carlos. And comes with the exact same pitch and the exact same result. De La Cruz swings over the top of it. And that will do it for the Phils in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, but 2 left. 3 complete. The score, Reading 4, Fisher Cats nothing.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching.
To the top of the fourth we head, and the Reading Fightin' Phils on top by a score, with a 4-0 lead. And now to take over play-by-play, my broadcast partner, Jake Starr.
Thank you very much, Bob. Top half of the fourth inning, 4-0. Fightin' Phils have the lead over the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Tyler Phillips, who has been awesome through 3 innings so far, back on the mound. First pitch home to Orelvis Martinez is down for a ball, 1-0. Martinez batting for the first time. He subbed in for Leo Jimenez in the field last inning, 1-0. That one's driven in the air well out towards left. Whitley going back at the track, at the wall. He reaches up and makes the catch and then crashes into the wall for the first out of the inning.
Well played by Whitley. Not even phased at all by the wall. Again, he's new here. This is only his second game playing in Reading. And he absolutely knew exactly where he was and how much more he had to go and played that perfectly and then braced himself for the absorption of hitting the wall. Well played.
First pitch from Phillips is down low for a ball to Trevor Schwecke. Schwecke 0 for 1 with the strikeout today. Phillips has faced 10, retired all 10. 1-0. Just misses outside for a ball, 2-0.
Curious to see exactly what the story is with Jimenez as to why they had to make the change and bring Martinez in to play shortstop.
2-0. Ground ball towards third. Waiting back is Ellis. Scoops it with one hand. Throws on the run. It's in time. 2 quick outs in the inning for Tyler Phillips. Phillips efficient. 42 pitches so far for Damiano Parmigiani up to the dish for New Hampshire.
A little bit of hesitation on the part of Ellis. Kind of an in-between hop. But he ended up getting a good hop out of it and then made the strong throw. Ellis has played short and he's played third.
First pitch, ground ball, back to Ellis. Waits back for a friendly hop. Deep in the hole, throws the first in time. 3 up, 3 down again for Tyler Phillips. We're through 3.5, 4-0 Fightin'. Coming to bat, bottom of the fourth after this.
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Pizza Como USA, Railroad House, Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet, photos, and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets start at $33 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 6. Bottom 4, after a 5-pitch inning from Tyler Phillips, Johan Rojas leads off against the new Fisher Cats pitcher.
That is Andrew Bash, 26-year-old right-hander from Rancho Mirage, California. Drafted by the Los Angeles Angels in 2019 in the 30th round out of California Baptist. Released by the Angels in May of 2020 and signed by the Blue Jays in June of 2021.
First pitch to Rojas, lays down a bunt, but it trickles foul.
Bash did pitch for the Fisher Cats last year, 27 games, 2 of them starts. Went 10-4, which is highly unusual in just 27 games. 10-4, 3.81 earned run average. And then got a promotion to Buffalo, the AAA spot for the Blue Jays, and pitched in 7 games in Buffalo, 3 of them starts. A little different in terms of wins and losses. He was 0-2 in Buffalo and a 5.85 earned run average.
0-1 to Rojas. Swinging a ground ball foul left side, counts 0-2. Johan Rojas is 1 for 2 so far tonight. A single and a strikeout his last time up. Andrew Bash, his 7th appearance overall this season. 0-2.
Line drive towards the middle, skips over the glove of the second baseman Geraldo, who dove behind the second base bag. Definitely going to be a hit as Rojas stung it. Bash had to get out of the way of it before it bashed him, and then Geraldo just threw the glove in front of it, hoping for a short hop, but nothing he can do there. So Rojas' second hit today. That's the 10th multi-hit game Rojas has had this season, which has got to feel good after an 0-for-5 day yesterday. Now here's Drew Ellis. Throw over towards first. Rojas was leaning, and they got him.
Johan Rojas caught stealing. And again, Johan doesn't think so. Looked like they tagged him in the lower back, even in the butt on the slide back in, but the first base umpire, Tyler Woody, gunned him out. So Johan on base and now off base on the caught stealing.
So 1 out for Drew Ellis, bottom 4, pitch from Bash outside for a ball 1-0.
I was going to say on that hit by Rojas, you know you hit it hard, but you almost took out 2 different fielders. Almost got the pitcher, and the second baseman, Geraldo, almost got taken away on the hop as well.
1-0. Ellis takes outside for a ball 2-0. Drew Ellis reached base both times tonight, walking a double, drove in a run with that double, which was just a little flare that trickled by the first base bag. 2-0. Underneath that one, in on the hands is Ellis. It's fouled back. It'll go out of play on the left side, but PK Morris, the first baseman, positioning about the same. Probably 25, 30 feet off the line at first as they play Drew Ellis the pole. 2-1 from Bash. Outside for a ball 3-1. Andrew Bash last pitched on Sunday against Harrisburg. Went 1 1/3, gave up a hit. No runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts through 25 pitches. Pitch to Ellis, hits him right on the numbers. So Drew Ellis is hit by a pitch. He has now reached 3 times tonight. Once via a walk, once via a hit by a pitch in addition to that double. And Ellis will take a slow stroll out to first. And that brings Matthew Kroon to the dish with 1 out.
Drew Ellis not a happy camper as he takes the walk to first base. That was an interesting story because he was on the Arizona Diamondbacks opening day roster a season ago. Ultimately, he was released by the Diamondbacks last year, designated for assignment in June of 2022. Signed by the Mariners and then became a part of the Phillies organization in the offseason.
Matthew Kroon steps in, first pitch. Tried to hold up, couldn't. Counts 0-1 to him.
But Ellis brings, like Garrett Whitley, also signed at the same time, a veteran presence. Some veterans in this mix, obviously Max McDowell, Cody Roberts, a couple of those veterans. It's a very interesting mix of youth and vets here in Reading.
Pitch to Kroon. That one's flared towards shallow center. In comes Cook. It'll bounce in front of him for a base hit. Ellis up to second. Kroon, first hit of the day. He's reached base all 3 times as well. Now it's men on first and second for Max McDowell.
Yeah, Matt, that's a nice job by Matthew Kroon. He was kind of fooled a little bit on the pitch, just kind of threw his bat at it, and it falls. As I've said this almost every hitter, that Zach Cook plays a very deep center field. I don't ever know even if he would have had a shot at getting that. Drew Ellis read it well, thought about making the big turn and going to third, but ultimately made the right choice and anchored down at second.
First pitch to McDowell, upstairs for a ball 1-0. McDowell dropped his bat. That one was in tight towards his head.
Yeah, after Ellis got hit just a couple pitches ago, that one's spinning Max McDowell off the plate.
Max McDowell 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and a strikeout. Bottom of the 4th. Fightin's up 4-0. Pitch from Bash. That one's flared, shallow left center. Cook over to his left and in. He'll make the catch for a second out. Ellis was off the bag, so he won't tag. 2 outs for Wendell Rijo. Bottom 4 still. Runners on first and second. Rijo is 0 for 1 tonight. Walk and a hard line drive to the third baseman Trevor Schwecke last inning. Bats with Matthew Kroon on first. Drew Ellis on second. Left side of the infield plays in the pole. Bash set at the belt. Righty kicks and deals. Sails outside for a ball 1-0. Andrew Bash will feature a sinker, slider, and changeup. Saw the slider at that last pitch to Wendell Rijo. Kicks and deals. Broken back, ground ball towards second. Gerardo has it, and he will win the race to the second base bag. Beats a sliding croon, and that's a fielder's choice 4 unassisted to end the inning as the bat flew towards the third base coach's box. But no runs in the inning on a couple of hits. There were no errors, and 2 left on base for the Fightin Phils. To the top of the 5th we go. 4-0 Fightins on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sun Sips, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, Apis Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other culture elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office. To honor the 275th anniversary of Reading, the Our Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on all Thursdays and select Tuesdays in 2023. Tuesdays are brought to you by Coatesville VA Medical Center. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays thanks to Burke's Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Come celebrate the 275th anniversary of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2023. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office.
Top of the 5th inning, 4-0. Fightin' Phils have the lead. And Tyler Phillips, who has been excellent so far tonight, has faced 12, retired all 12 Fisher Cats hitters he's got. We'll get the heart of the order, 4-5-6-2 up. Robertson in, first pitch home. Down for a ball, counts 1-0.
And more news out of Baseball Town. Lettuce is as hot as Johan Rojas. 2 in a row for Lettuce in the vegetable race in between innings.
1-0. And on the hands, fly ball towards shallow left. Stokes back in the left fielder. Whitley, he's there, he's got it for out number 1. That'll bring Dylan Rock up to the plate for New Hampshire. 2 days in a row, Carrot blows the lead. Should we unveil the identity of Carrot, or should we keep that anonymous for the sake of his performance?
Yeah, for his performance and for the sake that you want to buy a ticket and find out who is who come vegetable race day. And sometimes Carrot could be someone different in Carrot.
That's true. It's in the same Carrot the last 2 days who's had a lead coming down the stretch and blew it.
Yep.
Here's Rock. First pitch is at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Tyler Phillips has been excellent and efficient tonight. 45 pitches. Here's 46. Swing and a miss from Rocco, 2.
I would think that, to be honest, that cauliflower and broccoli have a bit of a handicap because they have, the headgear that they have to. They're not quite as aerodynamic as our lettuce and or carrot.
That's true.
Just words of that's the role of the color analyst to kind of break things down in all aspects.
0-2 count the Rock. Here's the pitch. Slider misses outside for a ball, 1-2. Slider, a pitch that Phillips throws in the mid-80s. That one at 87. Uses it sparingly. He's used it more this year. Here's the 1-2. Slider again, fouled back.
We got a chance to talk with Tyler Phillips during the last homestand in our Mike Sandwich Shop pregame show. What a great young man he is. What a great story he had to tell us in terms of his injury situation. He was part of the Rangers organization at the time. And
1-2.
How much
outside 2-2.
Happier he is now to be back and playing not only for the Phillies organization and what he's experienced through the Phillies organization, and also because it's his hometown team. He's from South Jersey, and it's a team he grew up rooting for.
Here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat, fly ball shallow right. Croon towards the line, races over. The right fielder's got it, 2 gone. That'll bring the 6-hole man, Phil Clark, to the plate for New Hampshire. Phil Clark, 0 for 1 tonight, has not reached base. Same can be said of everyone in the New Hampshire lineup that's come to the plate tonight. Tyler Phillips, who's turning back-to-back strong outings, almost at starts, but
That's true.
had the bullpen game on the 27th of April against Altoona. First pitch home is a strike, 0-1.
He piggybacked the start of Ranger Suarez, who went 2 innings, and it was supposed to be Tyler Phillips' night, so he came into the bullpen on that particular night.
0-1 from Phillips. Down low for a ball, 1-1. Right side of the infield, plays Clark the pole. Left side shaded over a bit. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
I would say a bit in center and left, but not as much in right. Matthew Kroon is way over in right. He's in right center field.
Line is wide open in right field.
If Phil Clark could pull a ball here, he'd run for a while.
1-2. On the inside corner, called strike 3. The 5th strikeout tonight, and Tyler Phillips continues to roll through 5. He's faced 15, sent down all 15. Halfway home from Baseball Town. 4-0 Fightins on the Phillies Radio Network.
For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, MASCARO, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 4-0. Fightin' Phils have the lead. Jake Starr, Bob McCool. Thanks for joining us here on the Fightin' Phil's Radio Network. 8-9-1 due up for the Phils. Podcool, Whitley, and back to the top of the lineup to Madison Stokes.
Time on the field, we've got a squirrel loose.
And there's a squirrel on the field, much to the pleasure of the crowd here.
He started going across from third base to first, got close to the first base bag, and now he's going from first to second.
Should we describe the squirrel's action? Makes his
well.
way
He's going
towards
around the bases. He went
the near side of the field. Oh, he stops around the shallow shortstop. Now he's running towards Martinez, the shortstop. Martinez takes a step towards his left, says, "Get away from me." Now it goes towards the third base umpire, Ethan Gorsak, now down the left field line. Now it goes back to fair territory. And game is just stopped right now for the squirrel.
He's going back to Relvis Martinez. And
Martinez keeps saying, "Get away. Get away from me." Now it's back to shallow shortstop, into the infield, running towards behind the mound. Andrew Bash is like, "What do I do?" He's looking at the first base umpire, Whitty, who's the crew chief of the staff, saying, "What are we supposed to do?"
And he gives the proverbial shoulder shrug of, "What do you want me to do? I wasn't on squirrel duty tonight."
Remember Game 4 of the NLDS in 2011 when Roy Oswalt was thrown and a squirrel ran across home plate?
He's still in fair territory. I think the umpires are saying, "Play ball."
So Podcool settles in from the right side.
Let's somebody call Sports Center.
Here's the first pitch.
It's by
Ball
the way,
is 0-1.
The squirrel is now in shallow center.
Well, maybe the squirrel on the field is the biggest happening here tonight, Bob.
Could very well be. Could be.
Here's the 0-1 to Podcool, outside for a ball, 1-1. Last summer, I worked for a team on the Cape Cod League. We had a situation where we had a duck on the field, and the game was paused, and I was just doing there, describing every action of the duck. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Podcool. Down low, 2-1. And just felt very similar to that, but literally like 3 pitches later, our guy named Trotter Harlan plays at College of Charleston. Hits a home run, and maybe Podcool can do the same here.
Hey, why not?
2-1. Outside corner for a called strike, 2-2. Podcool's 0 for 1 today, walking a strikeout.
By the way, the squirrel is still in play. He's now on the warning track in right center field.
He's by the truest sign. Here's the pitch. Gets away from the catcher, 3-2.
By the way, the other piece, that's the second time I used the word by the way, but that ball that I pointed out to you that was wedged on the wall beneath the railing on the Redner's Event Center, it hit in batting practice.
Still there.
It's still there. That could come in to play somehow or another if it comes loose.
3-2. Podkol dribbles it foul.
It's the first time we've seen that, where a ball actually got wedged out there. And it's on the top of the brick wall and just underneath the what will eventually be a railing. People can sit outside in the Redner's Event Center, but it got wedged in there in batting practice.
Pitch to Podkol, fans and misses at an off-speed pitch. The slider. First strikeout for Andrew Bash. That'll bring Garrett Whitley up to the dish for the Fightin' Phils. 1 out, bottom 5. 4-0. Fightin' still have the lead. Story of the night. Yeah, it's the squirrel for a second, but I think it's been Tyler Phillips. Pure domination on the mound. Yet to allow a base runner through 5 innings, Phillips has. So here's Whitley, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Fielder's choice and a walk. First pitch, line drive up the middle. That's down for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Cook. Garrett Whitley reaches base for the 6th time in 7 games with the Phils, and now has reached base in all 7 games he's played for the Fightins. Swings us back around to the top of the lineup to Madison Stokes, who's 1 for 2 tonight.
So important to get some productivity out of that 9-hole spot, especially if you're a leadoff hitter like Madison Stokes is. He's been hitting very well. This flips your lineup around, just makes them be able to bat now with men on base.
First pitch to Stokes on the outside corner for a called strike 0-1.
Since Whitley has signed with the Phils throughout that series in Hartford, when he played, he batted in the 9 spot. In the 2 games in this series, he's batted in the 9 spot.
Bash comes, set at the belt. Whitley leads off first. Oh, go. Here's the pitch. Fly ball towards right. Shallow. In comes Robertson. He's under it. Whitley's going to have to get back quickly. Robertson makes the catch. Whitley will get back as it hung up there. So I'll pop out to the right fielder, Robertson. Whitley back to first. 2 down for Carlos De La Cruz here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
When you're that base runner and you're in that position, you know you're kind of in no man's land because you don't know where the ball is. You obviously know it's been hit because you can hear it by the sound. Now you're trying to figure out exactly where it is, and you're not getting any help from the guys in the field. They're going to try to make you think that somehow or another the ball's in play and you're in trouble. So Whitley had to find it and figure out where it was.
First pitch, De La Cruz goes towards the second base side. Geraldo ranges way over, throws the first. It's not in time. An infield base hit for Carlos De La Cruz. Goes right back to that same spot where his hit in the first inning came from. This time, Geraldo, the second baseman, who was playing by the second base bag, was able to field it, but just way too long of a run, and De La Cruz, fast as he is, able to beat it out.
Yeah, he's got some long legs, quite obviously, at 6'8", but he can get him going once he gets started. And it was a slow roller. The first one had a little bit more zip on it and got past hit Geraldo a lot easier and into base hit, into right center field for a clean base hit. That was a leg hit with some long legs of Carlos De La Cruz.
There's Johan Rojas with 2 gone. First pitch to him is a ground ball down the left field line, fair. Going to roll towards the corner. Whitley around third. He'll score. De La Cruz racing to third. He'll stop there. Rojas pulls up at second. It's an RBI double for Johan Rojas to score a run, and it's 5-0 Fightin' Phils.
Another RBI for Johan Rojas, now his 15th of the season. It's also his 6th double of the season, and an absolute bullet down the third base line. Fightins, this is the Fightin' team we were hoping we were going to see after the stand in Hartford, where they won 4 out of 6 against the Yard Goats, and they put up a lot of runs in it. Yesterday, hoping that it's just an anomaly at this point in time, and so far it looks pretty good the way they've hit the ball tonight.
Here's Drew Ellis with 2 outs and 2 on. First pitch, swung and fouled back, 0-1. So for Rojas, 3 hits tonight. He is 3 for 4. It's his 3rd 3-hit game of the season. Like we mentioned earlier, his 10th multi-hit game of the year.
And they're doing all of this with the guy who's the Eastern League Player of the Week getting a night off. Well, at least the first half of the night off, anyhow. We'll see if that continues the rest of the night.
0-1. Ellis takes it on the outside corner for a called strike 0-2. So
Ethan Wilson, left-handed hitter. Al Padrique again loaded up his lineup with all right-handed hitters against Jimmy Robbins, the starter who was left-handed. Of course, now he is out of the game. There's only one left-handed reliever in the Fisher Cat bullpen.
Just the 3rd time this year the Phils have seen a lefty starter. Pitch to Ellis is fouled towards the right side.
They might want to see more after what they've seen tonight.
I mean, coming in tonight, Reading was 0-2 against lefty starters. Granted, They all came way earlier in the season, and then since then it's been a plethora of right-handed arms across the Eastern League. 0-2, 2 outs, bottom 5. 5-0 Fightins, men on second and third for Drew Ellis. Bash deals. That one's in tight. Hits off the mitt of the catcher Clark. Trickles towards the left side of the circle, but runners will stay put.
The other thing you like about the Rojas double, you get some runs out of this because the Fightins had started to fall into that trap where they were kind of letting their foot off the gas a little bit. They're getting men on base, but not getting them across. And they had a 2-out rally going again, and Rojas makes it pay off with a double. Let's see if Ellis can add to it.
1-2 pitch. Outside, gets away from the catcher Clark. Ellis gave De La Cruz a stop sign, but De La Cruz blew the stop sign. No speeding ticket for him because he scores, and it's 6-0 Fightin' Phils. Rojas also up to third on the wild pitch.
And interesting that same scenario happened for Carlos when he was on third base the first time up back in the first inning, and Rojas was on first base. At that time, the pitch was airmailed to the backstop, and he had to hold up. This time, Carlos saying, you know what, I'm not holding up this time. This time, I'm getting home.
So 2-2, here's the pitch. Ellis gets under it, hits into the air high towards left. Rock the left fielder to his right and in. He's camped under it, he's got it, and that'll retire the side in the 5th. But the Fightins do get 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and Rojas is stranded on third. But 6-0 our Phils. We go to the 6th on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkescommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokespeople.
Top of the 6th inning, 6-0 Fightin' Phils after 2 more runs in the bottom of the 5th. Unblemished tonight, Tyler Phillips back on the bump. Bottom 3rd, first pitch to Geraldo is upstairs for a ball. Count is 1-0.
I intentionally watched to see as Tyler Phillips made his way to the dugout to see how the dugout would react. Absolutely zero eye contact as he made his way to the dugout.
Geraldo fouls it back 1-1. And it's like Roy Halladay was one of those guys where the nights where he was locked in, everyone knew, don't look at him, don't talk to him, just let him do his thing. Here's the 1-1 from Phillips. That's a line drive towards left center field. It's down for a base hit going towards the gap. Rojas cuts it off. Geraldo goes to second. Throw is offline as Rijo had to come off the bag. And that is the first base runner of the night for New Hampshire, so we can stop beating around the bush and say it was a perfect game through 5 innings. And now Phillips will go to the stretch for the first time tonight against P.K. Morris.
15 up and 15 down, and let's not discount what that means. That's a tremendous quality start for Tyler Phillips. Has done a great job, and he's still in great position. His pitch count is now at 56, so he can work his way through some trouble and continue to allow the bullpen to sit. Again, talking with Al Padrique on our pregame show tonight out on the plaza, and just talking about that now his starters are starting to get to that point where they can get him through 6 and get him into 7th inning and just give the bullpen a less pressure. They don't have to get them 15, 17, 18 outs a night. Now if they can get them to the point where they need to get 6 or 9 outs, it's a little bit easier to work with. A little bit of delay, I'm not sure. I believe it was Johan Rojas who slipped and fell going after that ball in the gap for Geraldo. So a little bit of a delay before we started, just I think to make sure that Rojas was okay.
1-1. That one's down for a ball. Actually, that was the first pitch of the at-bat. Scoreboard still red 1-1, but it's 1-0. So the pause you're saying was not related to the squirrel.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Unless you're calling Johan Rojas a squirrel
No.
on some regard.
But the squirrel was out there in center. Not sure where it is now.
Don't know if it's found its way to the opposite, to off-field site or not.
Dropped the curveball in there for a called strike 1-1. So
Gave us a good 90 seconds or so of levity. And I'm sure Orelvis Martinez wants to make sure that squirrel is nowhere around because it seemed to have him in its sights.
1-1 count, no outs, top 6. The runner in Geraldo leads off second. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for a ball, 2-1. 86, the season high number of pitches for Tyler Phillips on the year, as he's at 59 currently. So we'll see how far he gets stretched out tonight. Still just the top of the 6th inning. Phillips set at the belt. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for a called strike, 2-2. That fastball at 93. PK Moore is 0 for 1 tonight. A pop out to the shortstop, Madison Stokes, back in the 3rd. Long set for Phillips, kicks and deals. Ground ball towards first. Scooped by Podkul, flips the first in time as Phillips covered the bag. Geraldo does move the 3rd on the play. 3-1 on the putout for Zach Cook.
It's a nice play by Podkul. It looked like it took a little bit of a funky hop on him. He was in position, and it looked like it kind of bounced a little bit to his right, and he made the adjustment and then just waited for Tyler Phillips to cover. Tonight was one of those nights, again, we get a chance to watch these guys in their pregame warm-ups, and tonight was a night where the pitchers, they were doing a lot of that tonight, working on pitchers and fielding their position off of slow rollers in the infield and covering the bag.
First pitch, line drive towards first. Podkul snares it, hugging the line. And that's out number 2. And that's a big one because of a guy on 3rd now. It's 2 outs. Any out now gets out of the inning without a run scoring. So it brings us back to the top of the lineup to Orelvis Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 1 tonight after he checked in for Leo Jimenez back in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. No word yet on Jimenez's status. First pitch. That one's driven to the air out towards left center field. Rojas takes a couple of steps, turns back around, and it's gone. So Orelvis Martinez goes deep. 5th home run of the season for him. Scores Geraldo. And New Hampshire's on the board. It's 6-2 Fightin' Phils.
Orelvis Martinez, and that is his calling card. He had 30 home runs playing for the Fisher Cats a season ago. He is a feast or famine kind of player. He can make the spectacular play in the infield, and he can hit bombs with a bat in his hand. But he has struggled in terms of consistency hitting. Again, hitting just .203 a season ago, hitting under 200 this season. But
first pitch to Schwecky's fouled.
Now with 6 home runs on the year.
Trevor Schwecki 0 for 2 tonight. Tyler Phillips has allowed 2 base runners tonight. Both have come in this 6th inning. Here's the pitch. That's a flare towards right. It's down along the line, and it'll roll towards the corner. Schwecki wheels towards second. Kroon throws in towards second, and it is not in time. In and out of the glove of the shortstop, Madison Stokes. I don't think Schwecki realized how close the play was because he went in standing up. They're going to appeal at first base, saying that he missed the bag, but first base umpire Tyler Whitty says he did touch up, so it's a 2-out double for Trevor Schwecki, and that'll bring Damiano Parmigiani up to the dish.
A lot of credit to Matthew Kroon. He made a great play on that. We've talked about the athleticism that Matthew Kroon provides because of the number of positions he can play. He got to that ball, was slicing down the right field line and towards the Phils bullpen. He made the play, turned in foul territory, and threw a seed to second base, and Schwecki, thinking he could cruise in, almost got thrown out.
Here's Parmigiani. First pitch is in there for a called strike 0-1.
Schwecki didn't even slide going into second base and drew some oohs and ahs as a result of it. I don't think he had any realization how close he was to being out.
A 1 count, 2 outs. Phillips set at the belt, man on second. 6-2 Fightins. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2 on a slider.
But now this becomes an important spot for Tyler Phillips. All right, you gave up a 2-run home run. That's not a big deal. It's a 6-2 game. But now you got to make sure you cut it off here. Your no-hitter's gone, the perfect game's gone, all that, the shutout's gone, all that. But now you got to make sure that you cut off any kind of momentum gained by the Fisher Cats.
Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball. Counts 1-2. After that pitch, Phillips up to 67 tonight. So we'll see what Alpadrique decides to do. If Phillips can get out of this inning, got to think he at least gets the 7th, and then depending on how quick that goes, you make a decision from there. It was an Phil's bullpen that was plenty taxed yesterday. 7 arms used in total. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 6th strikeout tonight for Tyler Phillips, and that will retire the side. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and a man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-2 Fightins on the Phil's radio network.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Golden Oaks Golf Club, PA Army National Guard, Culligan Water, Aspen Home Improvements, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $56 when purchased in advance. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phil's game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, Bottom
of the 6th, 6-2 Fightin' Phil's. Matthew Kroon leads things off for the Phil's after New Hampshire did get 2 runs back in the top half of the 6th inning, but the Fightins still lead by 4. Andrew Bash back out. First pitch is bashed foul to the right side by Matthew Kroon. Counts 0-1. Matthew Kroon tonight is 1 for 2. Has walked, reached for an error, and singled. Pitch upstairs for a ball. Counts 1-1. Matthew Kroon, 278 overall in the season, 2 home runs, 15 RBI, 16 actually, including 1 tonight. 1-1 misses upstairs for a ball, 2-1. Beautiful night for a ball game. Temperatures in the low 70s this evening. Not a cloud in the sky. 2-1. Kroon lines it towards left center field. That's down for a base hit. Cook, the center fielder, gets to it quickly and cuts it off. Kroon a big turnaround first as he loses his helmet. But he'll retreat back to the first base bag as Ray Ricker will redeliver him his helmet. And it's the 2nd hit tonight for Matthew Kroon, and that'll bring Max McDowell to the dish.
Ethan Wilson and Jan Rojas, who have been so hot in the last week or so in that series. We talked about Ethan Wilson being the Eastern League Player of the Week, and if there was a runner-up in the voting, probably was Jan Rojas because as good as they were. And Carlos De La Cruz was equally as solid. But underneath all of that has been Matthew Kroon, who's continued to just get base hits. He's, with his 2 hits tonight, he's been on base all 4 times, and he's got 9 for his last 24.
Bash set at the belt working against Max McDowell. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back, 0-1. Kroon had a bit of a cold spell, but has since heated up. 353 over his last 5 games for Kroon, who was working tirelessly each day down at the cage with hitting coach Tyler Henson. Seems like they figured it out, 0-1. McDowell takes on the outside corner, 0-2. Geraldo, the second baseman, plays shaded behind the second base bag, or at least as close as he can get without disobeying the shift rules. 0-2 pitch. And tight to McDowell, 1-2.
Fightin's bullpen is still quiet. As Jake said, they'll probably allow Phillips at least to get out and start the 7th and see how he does. There is some activity again in the Fisher Cats bullpen as Gabriel Ponce is now up and beginning to throw. This is the 3rd inning work for Bash.
1-2. McDowell fans at an off-speed pitch outside. He's down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Here comes Wendell Rijo. And also, this day in baseball town history, May 10th, 2015, Aaron Nola at Erie.
Ooh.
Best outing as a Fightin' Phil. 8 innings, 1 earned run on 4 hits, struck out 8 for his 4th victory, a 4-1 win over the Erie Seawolves. That's a familiar name.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk with Aaron Nola in the Baseball Town Charities off-season interviews, and he talked so highly about his time in Reading. He was here in Reading for parts of 2 seasons, 2014, 2015. He had spent a whole lot of time in the minor leagues. I mean, he was on the fast track going to the major leagues.
He was a big leaguer about 13 months after being drafted.
Out of LSU. So he wasn't around for long, but when he was here, he certainly loved his time here in Reading.
First pitch to Rijo. Check swing, foul back. Almost got a piece of Nick Podcool in the on-deck circle. He had this shimmy out of the way.
Yeah, he didn't know where to go. He didn't know whether to go right or left because it almost got him twice. It almost got him off the bat and almost got him on the deflection off the fence.
One of my favorite fun facts about Aaron Nola is his first ever start. It was July of 2015 at home against the Tampa Bay Rays. More on that in a second. Counts 0-1. Here's the pitch. Rijo, ground ball towards third. Schwecke has it. He'll go just to first as the runner was going. So Kroon in the second safe. 5-3 on the putout. Nick Podcool the batter. But Phillies lost that game 1-0 to the Rays. The lone run in that game came on a home run from the Rays pitcher. An American League pitcher. Because at that time,
right,
NL pitcher still hit, AL didn't. So an American League pitcher who barely hits a home run against Aaron Nola, the only run he gave up in a 1-0 loss in his first career start. So here's Nick Podcool of 2 outs in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Matthew Kroon leads off second. Fightin' Phil's lead at 6-2 with the 8-man Podcool up to the dish. Bash set of the belt, checks back at Kroon. Here's the deal. Underneath that one in the air towards right center. Cook and Robertson converge on it. Robertson's camped under it and makes the catch, the right fielder. That will retire the side in the 6th. No runs on a hit. No errors. 1 left for the Fightin' Phils. 2/3 the way home. 6-2 Fightins. Back after this on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightin.com.
Back with the top of the 7th. Fightin's up 6-2. Bob, take us home.
All right, I'll work on the 9-out save. 6-2, the Fightin's on top as Tyler Phillips back to work here in the 7th inning, facing the cleanup hitter Will Robertson, who smokes one to right center field. Johan Rojas will turn and watch it clang off the Redners Event Center. That'll be a solo home run for Will Robertson. That quickly, it's now a 6-3 game.
It's one of those of your Phillips. They always say the best mistake you can make as a pitcher is a solo home run. Leadoff man, shake it off. Still got a lead. Team gave you some cushion. And move forward from that.
Taylor Lehman will get up and start throwing in the Phil's bullpen. As we said, they're going to give him the 7th and see how he does. Solo home run makes it a 6-3 game. That'll bring up Dylan Rock. Rock 0 for 2 on the night. So 2 home runs and 2 bombs at that. Aromas Martinez, a 2-run home run in the 6th, and now Robertson with the home run here. And that is the 4th home run of the season for Will Robertson, gives him 10 RBIs. And on both of those home runs, Johan Rojas just turned, took a couple of steps, and said, I got no shot at that. Rock hits a bullet off the top of the glove of third baseman Drew Ellis and ends up in left field. That will be a base hit. Ellis thought he had it for a second. It just didn't stick in the webbing. And a base hit for Rock. There's still nobody out here in the 7th.
That one was stung hard right off the glove of Ellis at third. That's one called the hot corner for a reason.
That'll bring up Phil Clark now. 5th hit now for the Fisher Cats, and of course all of them coming since the start of the 6th inning. Miguel Geraldo ended the no-hit bid for Tyler Phillips after 5 complete. The pitch now to Phil Clark, who's 0 for 2 so far facing Phillips. Flew out to left field and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. 6 strikeouts on the nights, no walks surrendered by Phillips to this point. 0-1 pitch now to Clark. Is up high, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 73 pitches now thrown by Tyler Phillips. And again, Taylor Lehman begins to warm up earnestly, the left-hander in the Phil's bullpen. Not much of a lead for Rock at first base. And the pitch is up high, away again, same spot he misses. It's 2 balls and a strike. Phils and Fisher Cats back at it tomorrow night. 6:45 again is the start time. Phils officially have not named their starting pitcher. We know who it is, but we're not allowed to tell you. But you might want to come out and watch it. Let's just say that. Adam Kloppenstein will start for the Fisher Cats. 2-1 pitch. Misses outside again. 3-1 pitch. Misses outside. Is ball 4. So that's the first walk now surrendered by Phillips. Now it's 2-on, and now the tying run comes to the plate. And that's going to get a visit to the mound from Al Padrique.
It's probably going to be it for Phillips, too.
It is indeed. The Alvernia University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen. Will bring Taylor Lehman out of the bullpen. It will take us to a timeout. Back with more of the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksorus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
New pitcher for the Fightins is Taylor Lehman, 6'8" left-hander out of Jake Starr's alma mater, Penn State University, on to try to get out of a jam here in the 7th.
Lehman making his 10th appearance of the year. He's 2-0 with a 3.29 ERA, 13 2/3 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts and 6 walks. And as a matter of fact, from the right side to the left side, lefties 071, righties 176 against Lehman this year. He's going to look to work out of a jam here.
2 on, nobody out, a run across, a 6-3 Fightins lead. And Miguel Geraldo, the first one to face him. Geraldo broke up the no-hitter with a double in the 6th. Came around to score on the 2-run home run from Orelvis Martinez. Solo home run by Will Robertson here in the 7th. And a single by Rock and a walk to Clark ends the night for Tyler Phillips. Now the bullpen will try to get him a win and get the Phils one as well. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Geraldo. 1 for 2. He also struck out in his other plate appearance. Comes with a curveball and a beauty, and Geraldo didn't think so, but everyone else did. It's a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Miguel Geraldo. Dylan Rock takes a small lead off of second. Bill Clark, the runner at first, not good wheels on the bags. Pitch up high, try to get him a chase. Geraldo started and stopped, and now the count is 2-2.
He tried to go with that upstairs fastball off that curveball. Pretty common sequence right there from Lehman. Let's see if he doubles up with another fastball or tries to spin another breaker.
Takes a look back this time at the runner at second. Comes with a fastball, taps slowly to third. Ellis to second for 1. Rijo's lead. He's in time. 5-4-3 on the double play. The runner Rock moves up to third base, but now 2 down in the inning.
Just great glove work by both Ellis and Rijo at third and second, respectively. Ellis fields it quick hands, gets it out of the glove, into the glove of Rijo, and then Rijo an excellent turn at second. And they beat Geraldo by a good, about 2 steps looking at the replay here. So, yeah, it's a great all-around double play on that 5-4-3.
So that'll bring up P.K. Morris, and Lehman in a great spot to get out of this now. Rock stays, it gets to third with 2 down, and Morris bats. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Big lead off the bag for Rock, and the pitch over for a called strike. The only problem for Phil Rock is he can't distract Taylor Lehman because he's left-handed. He doesn't see what he's doing behind him. If it's a right-handed pitcher, he can see him. Left-hander, he's not even paying attention to him. 0-1 the count now to Morris. Swing and a miss and a curveball and a beauty. Morris, the left-handed hitter. Again, they stacked their lineup again with left-handed hitters because of Tyler Phillips. 4 lefties in the lineup for the Fisher Cats tonight. So Morris now facing a left-hander. Looked bad on that curveball. See if he doesn't get another one here in 0-2. He does. He doesn't chase, and it's 1-2.
That's one that started out, finished out. So if you're Morris and really tempted to swing at that, we'll see if Lehman tries to go to a 3rd straight one or maybe tries to dot up a fastball here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Runner at third, 2 down. Again, same thing. Try to get him to chase, and Morris lays off. This is an all-Pittsburgh battery combination. Taylor Lehman played his high school baseball at Keystone Oaks in Pittsburgh. Max McDowell played his high school baseball at Norwood in the Steel City. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to work out of a jam here in the 7th. It's called strike 3. Morris doesn't pull the trigger, and it doesn't matter. It's a called strike, and Taylor Lehman, outstanding job to get out of a jam here in the 7th. For the Cats in the 7th, a run on 2 hits. No errors, they leave 1. To the bottom of the 7th, 7th inning stretch time in baseball time. The score, Reading 6, New Hampshire 3.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Vernon University Golden Wolves call the bullpen for the Fisher Cats to start the 7th inning. New pitcher, right-hander Gabriel Ponce will take over as the Phils come to the bat here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, sitting on a 6-3 lead. Be Garrett Whitley, and the top of the order, Madison Stokes, Carlos De La Cruz to bat for the Phils. And the first pitch to Whitley is over for a called strike. Whitley 1 for 2 on the night, walked and singled. Came around to score a run in the 5th. Checks his swing here. They appeal. They say he did not go around. So the count now 1 ball and 1 strike to Garrett Whitley. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Brought to you by friends at Swartz Culleton PC. This one's outside. If you have been injured at work, get justice. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today. 2 balls and 1 strike to Garrett Whitley leading off the bottom of the 7th inning. Breaking ball and a beauty from Ponce, and it's now 2-2. Ponce originally from St. Louis, Arizona. Played his college baseball at Arizona Western College, a 29th round draft pick of the Blue Jays, 28th round draft pick of the Blue Jays in 2019. Pitched over 3 levels a season ago. His pitch lifted straight up into shallow right center field. Geraldo, the second baseman, will give way to Robertson, the right fielder, who will catch it for out number 1. Straight up the elevator shaft off the bat of Garrett Whitley for the first out here in the 7th. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Madison Stokes. Madison, a rough day yesterday. He was 0 for 5 and ended a 6-game hitting streak. He also struck out 3 times. More productive tonight. He's 1 for 3. He's also been doubled and scored in the second, also walked. Had a base hit taken away from him on a line drive into center field his first time up. So he's hit the ball hard twice, and he's also walked once in 4 plate appearances. The first pitch to him from Ponce is over for a called strike. Comes up empty on the breaking ball, and now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Ponce started the season last year at Single A Vancouver, made 2 appearances there. Then came to the Fisher Cats and pitched in 31 games, all out of the bullpen for New Hampshire. And then a late season call up to Buffalo at AAA and pitched in 5 games at AAA. So started the season at Single A, went to AA and then to AAA. So the 3 levels accomplished last year for Ponce. Been with the Cats throughout this 2023 season. 1-2 pitches up and in. Did it hit Madison Stokes or hit the nub of the bat?
Thought the called time, but I think he was signaling foul ball, so.
Right. So it must have hit the knob of the bat for Madison Stokes. So that makes it a 1 ball and 2 strike count. It remains on the foul ball. Comes with the tried to come with a curveball. Look at it, almost slipped out of his hands. It didn't really break at all, and it was way inside. And now the count is even at 2-2. And the Fisher Cat outfield plays deep throughout this night. This one on the outside corner is over for a called strike 3. Out number 2 here in the 7th. And I'll bring up Carlos De La Cruz. Carlos, another good night. Hitting streak now at 7 straight. Couple of singles. He scored 2 runs in 4 plate appearances to this point in time.
Also, just saw Johan Rojas walk back to the locker room holding his bats with Jesse Lacey, the assistant athletic trainer for the Fightin Phils, and Ethan Wilson has moved to the on-deck circle. So
you mentioned that earlier, that he had looked like he kind of slipped going after that ball that was in the gap, and there was a moment where Tyler Phillips kind of called time to make sure he was okay out there.
So not sure exactly what it is. We'll definitely keep you updated if we learn anything. Obviously, hope Rojas is okay, and if anything, it's just for precautionary reasons, but
he did play another 2 innings, but he would have been in the on-deck circle, so maybe that was the thought process. Let's get him out and get him checked out. Pitch to De La Cruz is fouled out of play, and Carlos now in a 1 ball and 2 strike count.
And obviously, we're just prognosticating here. We don't know anything for sure, but if they felt comfortable enough of him staying out there, but said let's keep his glove out there until he gets up to the plate, you hope it's more of a precautionary type thing. But obviously, when we know more, we'll relay that information.
Again, De La Cruz fouls one out of play. You're not taking Johan Rojas out of a 6-3 game on his defense alone, much less what he's doing with the bat. So there's obviously some reason for him to head to the clubhouse here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 2 outs. De La Cruz, again, keeping himself alive with the foul ball.
So if I had to guess, you'll probably see Wilson come in and play right, and then Kroon shift over and play center. Kroon played center yesterday, too, so not an unfamiliar spot for him.
Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the Phils here in the 7th. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gabriel Ponce to finish the 7th inning for the Fightins. 7 in the books. It remains a Reading lead. The Fightins 6, the Fisher Cats 3 on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phils birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin' Phils birthday. The Fightin' Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Welcome back to Baseball Town. New pitcher on the mound, Taylor Lehman, after doing a tremendous job of getting out of a jam in the 7th inning. We'll give way now to one of his comrades in the bullpen as Tyler McKay will take over here in the 8th for the Fightins.
McKay making his 7th appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with a 1.29 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. Last pitched on the 5th of May against Hartford, a scoreless inning.
And the first pitch by him, delivered to Zach Cook, is a bit outside for a ball. Okay, 25-year-older gives this one up to Cook. Long run for the new guy in center field, which is Matthew Kroon. Jake Starr nailed what exactly they were going to do. Ethan Wilson now in right field for Rojas, and Kroon moves from right to center. And again, the ball always finds the new guy. That's been a tried and true statement in baseball for a long time. It's happened twice tonight. Elvis Martinez came in to play shortstop. First ball hit was right to him. Matthew Kroon runs that one down in right center field for out number 1 here in the 8th. It'll bring up the top of the order, and Elvis Martinez with a one-hopper. Stokes backs up on it, makes the play and the long throw in plenty of time. 2 quick up and 2 quick down here in the 8th.
Obviously, center field has been Rojas' spot all year long, but like we said, Kroon got the start the other day in center field, had one other brief appearance in center this year, so 3rd game overall that Kroon has played the center field spot. But like we said, that's been Rojas' area to realm, and you hope he's out there tomorrow night, because Rojas, a guy, a bat, a fielder that you don't want to lose, especially for a extended period of time.
That'll bring up Taylor Schwecke. Off-speed pitch by McKay that Schwecke's way out in front of. Schwecke 1 for 3 on the night, doubled down the right field line his last time up. Also struck out and grounded out in his 3 total plate appearances. A 1 pitch tapped towards the shortstop spot. Madison Stokes dive, gets up and throws in time. An outstanding defensive play by Madison Stokes, ranging far to his left, full out extension, and gets up and throws out Schwecke for the inning-ending play. 1, 2, 3 go the Cats in the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Phils looking for some insurance. They lead it 6-3.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit
New pitcher on the mound for the 9th inning for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats is right-hander Hagen Danner. As the Phils come to the plate here in the 8th, looking for some insurance. And Ethan Wilson, who came on for Johan Rojas, will lead off for Reading.
Hagen Danner making his 3rd appearance of the year. Started the year on the 7-day IL. Made an appearance in Dunedin and then was activated off the injured list on May the 2nd.
First pitch from him to Ethan Wilson is over for a called strike. Again, Wilson taking over for Johan Rojas, who was injured making a play in center field. Johan with 3 more hits tonight, 3 for 4 on the night. And Wilson, who had, as we said, may have had the night off, but he gets a chance to bat here. Reigning Eastern League Player of the Week, leads the team in hitting at .357 on the year. 5 home runs, a team-leading 18 RBIs as well. Slugging percentage at .732 as he steps in. Right now in a 1 balls and 2 strike count to Danner. Danner misses outside for a ball. Drew Ellis, Matthew Kroon, that's the 3 who are due up for the Phils here in this 8th inning. Brett Schultz up and loosening in the Phils bullpen. Potentially, we assume, to get the 3 outs in the 9th. We'll see. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes as Danner misses inside. Working from the stretch, comes with a 2-2 pitch. That one's down low, and it's 3-2. Danner, a top prospect in the Blue Jays organization. He's number 22 on their top 30. He's also on their 40-man roster. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Wilson, and he comes up empty on the changeup. Out in front of it, Ethan Wilson, a strikeout victim, and out number 1 here in the 8th.
Nice job by Danner there, getting one of the RFL's hottest hitters. Obviously, Wilson probably not as warmed up as he usually would be when getting the start. Not sure, I'm sure he was told to stay ready in case a righty came in a big spot late, but with the Rojas exit from the game, Wilson kind of thrust into action.
That'll bring up Drew Ellis. Ellis been on base 3 times tonight, officially 1 for 2. Walked and hit by a pitch on either side of a double. An RBI double at that back in the 2nd inning. So 1 for 2 tonight as he steps in. And first pitch to him is a called strike. Second one is low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Danner originally was drafted by the Blue Jays in 2017 in high school as a catcher, but switched to pitching in 2021 for a good reason, because he can throw it 90-plus miles an hour. And that one's fouled at the plate. 96 on the radar gun. He can get it at 97 and 98 with a okay curve and a really good slider. Last year at New Hampshire, he pitched in just 4 games before developing some elbow issues and was out from the end of April through the end of the season. Comes with that slider here, or the curveball here, and it's into dirt. And Ellis now in a 2-ball-and-2-strike count.
Also, if Rojas looks like, just looking at back at replay, some sort of a lower body thing. May have been ankle rolled. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on it. May have been on that, that play out in center when they had when Phillips called time to kind of give him a couple of extra seconds.
2 balls and 2 strikes now to Drew Ellis. Ripped into left field, and at the knees, Dylan Rock makes the catch. It was falling fast, and Rock had kind of anchored down there a little bit, and it almost cost him as he went to his knees to make the catch. A loud second out here in the 8th off the bat of Drew Ellis.
The hardest balls that judges an outfielder are the ones hit directly at you. Do I go back? Do I come in? Rock tried to stay still, and at the last second kind of had to, recover, but he's able to lunge down and make the catch.
That'll bring up Matthew Kroon. He's been on base all 4 times tonight with a couple hits, a walk, and also safe on an error. First pitch to him is in the dirt for a ball. So 2 down here. Nobody on for the Phils in the bottom of the 8th. Again, Brett Schultz continues to warm up in the Phils bullpen. Kroon, big swing, comes up empty on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Danner.
You have to think it's going to be Schultz's inning. Schultz 1 for 2 in save opportunities this year. Did have a blown save at Hartford last week.
1-1 pitch. Way inside. Kroon has to dance out of the way, and it's 2-1.
It's actually the first game of this series the Fightins won. Hartford came back to tie the game in the 8th when Schultz was on the mound, and Ethan Wilson had an RBI base hit to give Reading the win so they could take Game 1 last Tuesday.
Big swing, no contact again on the 97-mile-an-hour pitch from Danner. So Matthew Kroon now with 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Max Coons had kind of assumed the role of closer for the Phils, but he had their first 3 saves, but he's been struggling of late. And Al Padrique mentioned that tonight in our pregame show, talking about who's going to fill in those certain spots in the bullpen. And he mentioned Brett Schultz as one of the guys. There's one fouled at the plate by Kroon, staying alive at 2-2. Toughest 3 outs in baseball. Those final 3 in the 9th. Phils right now with a 3-run lead, unless they can change it and add to it here in the bottom of the 8th. Big swing, no contact, as Matthew Kroon is a strikeout victim as the Phils go 1-2-3 in the 8th. We'll head to the 9th. It's winning time for the Fightins. If they can hold on, they lead the Fisher Cats 6-3.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phils fans, see an Our Phils road game, meet with an Our Phils player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phils road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phils in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phils player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phils fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken and sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, cookies, and so much more. Drinks feature all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL. Order online at ourphils.com or visit the Customers Bank ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
And it is indeed Brett Schultz who will take over. Our Vernon University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. Will bring in Brett Schultz to try to lock this one down for the Fightin' Phils. They lead it 6-3. And Schultz will face the heart of the order for the Fisher Cats. 3, 4, and 5 due up for manager Cesar Martin. That's Damiano Palmigiani, Will Robertson, and Dylan Rock. PSU presents tonight's attendance. It is 4,411 watching baseball here in Baseball Town on a Wednesday night. Tonight's attendance at FirstEnergy Stadium brought to you by PSECU, proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. Brett Schultz facing Palmigiani, who's 0 for 3 tonight. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball for a called strike one. Schultz, 25 years of age, from Maple Grove, Minnesota, played his college baseball for the Golden Gophers. 0-1 pitch to Palmigiani. Checks his swing. It's a ball one. Palmigiani originally from Caracas, Venezuela, and then moved at the age of 13 to British Columbia. Actually played on the World Baseball Classic for Canada. That pitch is in the outside corner for a called strike two, 1-2 strikes. Palmigiani played his college baseball at the College of Southern Nevada, was a 14th round draft pick of the Blue Jays in 2021. He's shown tremendous pop with the bat. And a swing and a foul tip that Max McDowell holds on to, and that's a strikeout and out number one in the ninth. Great job by McDowell to hold on to the foul tip and get the first big out here in the ninth. Always the big one to get that first one. As the Phils trying to protect the 3-run lead, will bring Will Robertson to the plate. Robertson bounced one off the Redner's Event Center for a solo home run in the 7th inning. 1 for 3 on the night. Left-handed hitter. Facing the right-handed pitching, Brett Schultz. This one rolled towards second. Slow roller, Wendell Rio up with it. Tossed to first base in time for Nick Podkul to make the catch for the second out. 2 down here in the ninth, and it will now turn to Dylan Rock. Try to keep this one alive for the Fisher Cats as Brett Schultz looking for the save. As Jake said earlier, looking for his second save. Looking for the Phils to try to even this 6-game series at 1 apiece. Fisher Cats with a walk through yesterday. And as rough of a day as it was for the Fightins yesterday, they've been that smooth and good tonight. On top 6-3 with 2 down here in the ninth for Dylan Rock. First pitch to him is a fastball for a called strike. Rock 1 for 3 on the night. Had the hit that chased Tyler Phillips. An outstanding start tonight for Tyler Phillips. Retired the first 15 batters he faced. 0-1 now to Rock. And this one's a little bit low and away. It's 1-2 strikes. Miguel Jurado broke up the no-hitter and the perfect game with a double to start the 6th. Came around to score in a 2-run home run by Aurelvis Martinez. And then the solo home run by Robertson. Lone runs for the Fisher Cats at this point. There's a pitch. McDowell tries to frame it and get the call, but doesn't get it. Now it's 2 balls and a strike to Rock. This one catches the outside corner. Now he's got the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fightin' Phils fans, 4,000 plus in attendance tonight on their feet, trying to get the last strike and the last out here in the top of the 9th inning. Tapped and beaten foul at the plate as Rock stays alive. Fouled it off his foot. So our home plate umpire, Austin Snow, will deliver a new baseball to Brett Schultz. He'll hand deliver it, which is just simply giving Dylan Rock a little bit of time at the plate. They're fouling it off his foot. It's a misery loves company situation between home plate umpires, catchers, and batters when a ball is off the foot. They all have experienced it. They all know what it feels like. It gives him a little bit of time, allows him to settle back into the box with Brett Schultz set to deliver the 2-2 pitch. Driven into left field. Whitley going to make a long run to the fence, and it's off the top of the fence. Whitley will relay it in, and Rock will slide in with a double. Dylan Rock misses a home run by a matter of inches as he hit it high off the left center field wall. Whitley played it well and got it in, but Dylan Rock hustling all the way, gets himself a double. His second hit of the night. He is a 2-out base runner now, and the baton now gets tossed to Phil Clark. Clark 0 for 2 on the night. Walked back in the 7th inning. Comes in on the night. Batting average at .103 to begin the night. Man on second and 2 out. Left-handed hitter is Phil Clark. This one ripped into right field. Wilson going back to the track, looks up and say goodbye. Phil Clark with a drive into right field for a 2-run home run that makes it a 6-5 game. Second home run of the season for Clark. RBI number 2 and 3 on the year. And it's not over yet. As I said, the toughest 3 outs in baseball, the 3 outs in the ninth to try to finish it off. Max McDowell will go out, talk to his pitcher and say, look, you still need one more out. Miguel Geraldo now is that batter. Geraldo 1 for 3 on the night. Doubled and came around to score a run. Again, he's the guy that broke up the Tyler Phillips no-hitter. With the double in the 6th, struck out, grounded into a double play in his other 2 plate appearances. 6-5, 2 outs here in the ninth. First pitch from Schultz, tried to check his swing, but he went around. So he gets ahead, no balls and a strike. Outfield plays in pretty well straight away and deep. Again, almost took the bat off his shoulder, but this time he did check on a pitch low and away. So now it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Miguel Geraldo. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. And Geraldo kind of takes a walk a little bit, shaking his head. Missed that one badly. Now Schultz is ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So here we go again. A strike and an out away for the Phils to try to lock up a W. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it. The Fightin' Phils hold on. They'll win it. Final score, Reading 6, New Hampshire 5. Brett Schultz gets the save, and a big sigh of relief for Schultz on the mound, and the Phils and the players in the dugout as well, as Reading holds on for the victory tonight by a final score of 6-5. We'll take a timeout, back to Baseball Town with the postgame show when we return right after this on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network.
Unlike any other area in FirstEnergy Stadium, the Savage 61 Dugout Suite puts you in the closest seat to the action on the field. Located just a few feet from the diamond on the first base side with covered seating, abilities in motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around. Your group will thank you over and over again for this one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite start at $27 and include options to add food and drink packages. The ProMax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks. In a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view of the visiting bullpen, regular season tickets are $34 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Welcome back to the postgame show where the Fightin' Phils hold on for the W tonight And they win it by a final score of 6-5. It started for the Phils early on in the first inning. Carlos De La Cruz got it started with a one-out single, followed by Johan Rojas with a single as well. Jimmy Robbins, the starting pitcher for the Fisher Cats, ran into some control issues at that point in time. He walked the next two hitters, Drew Ellis and Matthew Kroon. And the second walk to Kroon drives in the first run of the night with the bases loaded walk. And then Max McDowell stepped to the plate. He had a hard grounder to third baseman Trevor Schwecke. He stepped on third for the force out and then tried to throw across the diamond to get McDowell on the double play, but threw it over the first baseman P.K. Morris's head that allowed McDowell to be safe. So the lead runner was cut down, Drew Ellis, but it put runners at the time at second and third. And it did allow another run to score. So eventually it became, it put runners at second and third. And Wendell Rehel was the next batter. He too walked. Nick Podkill then drew another bases loaded walk. So the Phils scored 2 runs in that inning on bases loaded walks and got a 3-0 lead as a result. Came back to support another run in the second on a couple of doubles. Madison Stokes got the inning started with a double and then came around to score on a RBI double from Drew Ellis. Ellis's 7th RBI of the season made it a 4-0 advantage for the Phils. They put 2 more across and added to their lead in the 5th inning. Garrett Whitley got that rally started out of the 9th spot with a 1-out single. Then Carlos De La Cruz also singled to put runners at first and second. Johan Rojas then doubled to bring home Whitley. And De La Cruz eventually came around to score on a wild pitch to make it a 6-0 advantage for the Phils. And as good as that was, it was not the lead story at the time. The lead story was the start by Tyler Phillips, who had retired not 3, not 6, not 9, not 12, but 15 straight. He had a perfect game going through 15 innings. Miguel Geraldo led off the 6th inning for the Fisher Cats and ended the suspense with a leadoff double, and eventually came around to score on a 2-run home run by Leo Jimenez to make it a 6-2 game. What was not to be lost in that story, in the process of going after that double in the gap off the bat of Geraldo, Johan Rojas slipped and came to the ground in the process of fielding that ball in the gap and was kind of dancing around a little bit afterwards. Tyler Phillips, the pitcher, gave him a little bit of extra time to make sure he was okay. Couldn't tell if it was a foot, if it was an ankle, or a knee. Rojas stayed in the game, but then eventually when his turn at bat was coming up in potentially the bottom of the 7th inning, he headed to the clubhouse with the training staff. So hopefully he will be able to get that checked out and get back into action for tomorrow night's game, because he had a big piece of the puzzle tonight. He had 3 hits, including that RBI double in this 5th inning for Johan Rojas, who has been rojo hot over the course of the last couple of weeks. So the story then comes back to Tyler Phillips, and can he get out of it? Then Will Robinson leads off the 7th inning with a solo home run off the Redner's Event Center in right center field. That made it a 6-3 game. Next batter up was Dylan Rock. He got a single and then a walk to Phil Clark, and that brought Al Padrique out of the dugout, and that ended the night for Tyler Phillips, unable to retire a batter in the 7th inning. On comes Taylor Lehman, and the left-hander out of Penn State does the job. First batter he faces Miguel Geraldo, turns a double play, 5-4-3 on the double play. Now a man on third and 2 outs, and he strikes out P.K. Morris to get out any further trouble and limit it at a 6-3 game. Fightins couldn't put any insurance on the board in the 7th or the 8th. And it went to the 9th, and they went to Brett Schultz to try to pick up the save. And Schultz got the first 2 batters without a problem. Then Dylan Rock kept it alive with a double off the left center field wall. And then it was Phil Clark who put one over the right field fence, just missed the Reading Hospital pool deck in right field to make it a 6-5 game and get everybody nervous here at FirstEnergy Stadium, but eventually got Miguel Geraldo to strike out, and that ended the ball game in the Phils' favor. For New Hampshire tonight, 5 runs on 7 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 man left on base. For Reading, 6 runs on 10 hits. Fightins played flawlessly in the field tonight, and they did leave 11 men on base. Tyler Phillips gets the win tonight. Again, he was brilliant. through 5 and eventually goes 6 full innings through 77 pitches, 54 of them for strikes. His line tonight goes 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 6 strikeouts, and a walk. Great job by Taylor Lehman and Tyler McKay out of the bullpen. And again, Brett Schultz will get the save when it's all said and done tonight. Jimmy Robbins takes the loss. He's now 1-4. Brett Schultz does get the save, his second of the season. Again, tomorrow night back here in Baseball Town, 6:45 is the first pitch time. TBA is officially the starting pitcher for tomorrow night. I'll let you know this much. We can't say who it is, but we do know who it will be. Just not allowed to say it. It will be officially announced tomorrow. Be well worth coming out to watch tomorrow night's pitching matchup as the Fightins will face right-hand pitcher Adam Kloffenstein going for the Fisher Cats. Again, 6:45 is the game time. 6 o'clock is when the Tompkins Plaza opens up, and we'll be out there for our pregame show for that as well. You can certainly say hello on your way in here to watch tomorrow night's baseball game. Great night here at FirstEnergy Stadium as the Fightin' Phils win the baseball game and come up with a much-needed W after yesterday morning's rough game when it was all said and done. 2 hours and 20 minutes to play tonight's baseball game. Did so in front of 4,411 watching baseball here in Baseball Town. Great nights in terms of the weather, good crowd, and a good result as well as the Phils win it by a final score of 6-5. That's going to do it for our broadcast as the Fightins go now to 11-17 on the year. New Hampshire falls to an even 500 at 14-14. Again, tomorrow night, right back at it here on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network. We'll be out on the plaza at 6 o'clock with our pregame show and live here with our broadcast at 6:45. Better yet, we hope to see you right here at the ballpark in Baseball Town. For my colleague in the booth, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. As always, thanks for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a great evening.